Submit to the High Council this week here on World Class Bullshitters. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and tonight I am joined by the man, the myth, the geek, and the gamer. Geeks+Gamers.
What's going on, everybody? We have struggled to come up with some topics. Not a lot of news going on today, so we're probably going to play a game of how many pies will Ethan eat, because we don't have anything to talk about. So what's going on, everybody? Good to be here. Let's have a fun show.
Well, the man that will be eating said pies is a 26-year comic book pro. He is ComicArtistPro Secrets, Ethan Van Sciver.
Wrong. We're going to be feeding these SJWs humble pie tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is the greatest day of our careers, I'm pretty sure. Captain Marvel reviews come in. These people are crying like I've never seen it before. They're crying. I love it. I'm so excited. Great to be here on the High Council with my brothers. Let's effing do this.
Well, let's not even waste any time. Let's just start right away talking about the Captain Marvel review scores. So I woke up this morning really early to a video from SC Reviews talking about the French scoring, a 1 out of 4. And I was like, that seems a little off. That seems a little too scathing. So I read it or watched the video and I got to work on the comic. And then about 9 o'clock, Jeremy Johns put out his video. And then, well, let's just start talking about the whole deluge of Captain Marvel reviews.
Man, I had a rough, long day yesterday, so I didn't produce a lot of content, and I actually got a little bit of sleep. I woke up this morning, and my phone was just, it looked like Christmas with all of the notifications and everything, and the first thing I saw was from you, Jeff, and you're like, Captain Marvel views aren't good, and I was like, what? So I went to Rotten Tomatoes, I was like, 91%, what? And I started looking at the reviews, and I'm like, oh my God, they are reaching for the stars, and that's not to bring Woody from Toy Story into this. He deserves to be nowhere near that conversation. But they are reaching so far to make so many excuses. The mental gymnastics involved, it's unbelievable. And so I start looking, and then I saw John Campia's review, and he gave it a 7 out of 10. I'm like, dude, if John Campia can only muster a 7 out of 10, this movie's not good. And then I saw John's review, and I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be a very, very fun day. So yeah, man, it's exciting. They continue to do exactly, all they do is make us right. It's almost like they sit in a room and go, hey guys, what stupid shit can we do to make those asshole YouTubers that we hate? What can we do to make them look even better? Oh, let's write an article on the Mary Sue and say it's just men's fault because men are giving it bad reviews, when all it takes is one simple click to see that that's not true. So it's a good day. It's been a really good day so far.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Ethan, you had my favorite video so far. You were talking about the Metacritic scores. Tell the listeners out there who may have missed that one what's going on.
Well, Jeff, Metacritic is we still do have one reliable, review aggregate website. It's called Metacritic, and they right now I think they're sitting at 63%, which is a failing score. It's a failing score as far as I remember in high school. They were at 68%, but those reviews are dropping fast. And the great thing about it is they're accurately gauging. They're accurately gauging the content of the reviews. Rotten Tomatoes right now has been thoroughly compromised. I want to make that clear, because these NPCs are like, look at it. It's up to 83% at Rotten Tomatoes. Whatever it is, they're scoring. They're gauging these reviews improperly to keep that score up. These people are the same people that tore down a whole side of their website, a whole aspect, a whole interactive section of their website in order to protect this one movie, and they couldn't do it. You cannot protect your movie from the fandom menace, you fools. You can't do it. We've been talking about this now for months. This entire movie's ridiculous. It's an Captain Marvel's an SJW character. SJWs cannot create characters. They can't. They start from the bottom and work their way up. They start with the idea that we need a whammon. We need a strong whammon. And then they try to build something on top of that, rather than coming up with an ingenious idea and then working it that way. This movie, we've been told over and over again, Brie Larson is upstaged by a cat. We knew that 2 months ago. Why is anyone surprised that this movie is a piece of garbage? Of course they are. And now we're hearing that there's actual insurrection from the rest of the Avengers cast, that they don't like being upstaged and they don't like being put on the back burner compared to Brie Larson. I don't blame them. I don't like it either.
Well, and I want to point out something. This is dedicated to Brie Larson. Of all the reviews I've read, and I've read a lot of them and listened to a lot on YouTube, the consensus is that Ben Mendelsohn is the standout, a white male. Just want to go ahead and point that out right there for you, Brie. How does that feel, Brie? A white male is the standout in your movie that you have been protected and coddled, and they've lied, and turned out a white male was the standout in the movie. I know that's got to make her really happy. So
But guys, she's an Oscar winner. How could she not be the best?
It's just this whole thing, man. And again, we still don't know what's ultimately going to happen with this at the box office. I feel like that it's definitely now. I never believed it would hit 180 million, which is the highest that we've seen. Isn't that the highest we've seen, EVS? 180?
Yeah. They said it was going to make 180 million. You have to understand the arrogance of that. That is literally double of Wonder Woman's box office. These fools, these idiots. We at the at Comicsgate, we're actually we've got a pool going. I don't know if this is illegal, guys. Is gambling illegal? But look, we're in for $10 each. Now I'm saying that it's going to hit somewhere around 85 million opening weekend, and at this point, I think I've lost my bet. I think I should have probably shot for the moon and said 60 million. I think this film is going to be a disaster. I think people at this point were just waiting to hear if it was a good movie or not. Once they actually learn that it's utterly skippable, it's going to have a fairly big opener, but it's not going to be like, I'm sorry, Brie Larson's opening is not going to be as good as Gal Gadot's. Gal Gadot's opening was hot. This woman's opening, ugh. And there's just the whole thing. There's just this odor around the whole operation at this point, and nobody's going to go see it. So I think it's going to start out. It's going to get a pretty good opening weekend. It's going to drop off severely, and I'm going to say by like 80% in week number 2. We are looking at the first MCU bomb. That's what I'm saying. First MCU bomb. Thank you.
Wow. If that happens, I will be. I'm not ready to say that yet, but I am hoping like hell. EVS is right. I am hoping.
Me
because
too.
this movie, me too. This movie, and like I said, one of my previous videos, and by the way, I believe we're over 30 Captain Marvel videos just in the last few weeks for all the SJWs out there that are keeping score and writing articles about me and Reddit posts and crying. Continue doing it because the wall just got 10 feet taller. Every time you bitch, I make more Captain Marvel content, and it's not going to stop. It will not stop. The last like 7 or 8 videos on my channel have been Captain Marvel. I don't care. I even passed up the Mark Hamill shitting all over Lucasfilm. I am begging them now. These same people that were crying because I was making too many Star Wars videos, now they're begging me to make Star Wars videos. They're like, please, Jeremy, make Star Wars. No, this is what you get, okay? If you complain and you have no interest in my channel, because if you're genuinely a viewer of our channels and you want to actually give us constructive criticism, because we can tell if it's geared to help us improve or if you're trying to take us down. Anybody who watches our channels, when they see us getting, 50, 60, 70,000 views per video, 100,000 views, 200, whatever. No,
a million.
A million. Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up. Still a sore subject, okay? Still a sore subject.
Very competitive, Jeremy. Competitive,
it's
Jeremy.
Closer to 2 million now than it is 1 million, Jeremy. It just keeps on going, man.
Look, it's not even about the views, Jeff. It's about we used to be friends. Now I have to go through 6 and 7 steps to even contact who used to be my friend. You have a publicist, you have assistants. Like it's like last time I haven't seen you since you hit without sunglasses since you hit 1 million views. You're always wearing sunglasses now.
Looks like that's. And by the way, I'm the little dog that's hopping over Jeff, like in the cartoon. That's what success looks like. That's our boy Jeff right there. He's got 1 million views. 1 million views. What do you got? 1 million views.
No, but anybody who really cares about our channels, they're not gonna nobody's gonna go to Jeff. Jeff, you need to stop making Captain Marvel videos after you got 1 million views. Nobody that cares about our channels would say that. Nobody. They would say keep doing what's working. Keep these SJWs will always tell you to stop doing is what's working. Everything they try to help, they hurt. Every time they try to hurt, they help. Their logic is so ass backwards. Everything that they get involved with, what they think they're trying to help, they destroy. You have to remember that. You don't listen to them. You don't respect them. You don't give them any benefit of the doubt. I will continue to make more Captain Marvel videos. Jeff will, EVS will, everybody will, because this is what the people want.
Yeah, we don't want to have to do it, but we have to do it because it's what the people want right now. And we don't want to have to laugh at the humiliation of the left and how they thought this was going to be a great big movie representing women and that we would respect them. But we have to do it. We have no choice at this point. It's very, very important to our audience, whom we respect. Now, we do respect women, but mostly we respect our audience. And that's you, the Fandom Menace.
That's right.
So we have to do it.
So how many people we got watching? Are we over 1,000 yet?
We're at 1,500.
That was fast.
Yes.
A lot of people.
What do you tell them, Jeremy, each week?
Smash that melee button. Simple request from a simple man. And look, I mean, or we could do that. We could do the Jeff version. Okay. Smash the melee button. Okay. Arrogant request from an arrogant man. That would be Jeff's. Okay. So
these people are actually going to start believing you. I already got a message once from somebody about you were talking to another YouTube channel like that's going to tear apart the Fandom Menace or something. I'm like, what? So we got to watch out, man. We got to watch out,
man. No, again, anybody within the Fandom Menace, Geeks and Gamers, everything. We are not jealous at all. We have the ability to actually joke with each other, which is something SJWs don't know anything about. We have enough self-awareness. We actually actively pull for each other to be more successful, because it's just like anything else. The more success that we see Common Sense channels getting, the more success we know that we will get. Like, it's all part of a bigger plan that we have to say, we are trying to show you that you can speak out against this craziness and there will be support for you. So the more channels that are speaking out about this, that are finding success, the better it is for all of us, because we are trying to show you that the mainstream media and the shills and all of that, they are not who should be controlling the narrative. What should be controlling the narrative is the truth, and that is what we're giving you. That's it. So, and Cecil's going to pass all of us. I see Cecil. They're talking about Cecil. Cecil, like PewDiePie. Watch out, okay? Watch out.
Cecil, if you're in the chat, I watched your last video, dude. Great title.
Good old Cecil.
Did you guys see that one?
I didn't see his.
Where's that? It was just in here a second ago. Captain Marvel review. Watch. Block of wood leaves critics bored. Thank you, Cecil.
Oh man,
I want to find out what the usual suspects are saying. I'm trying to find out what Brian Young is saying. Swankmotron is saying about Captain Marvel.
I don't know. We're blocked for no reason, so I can never hear what he has to say.
Or do I find a way around it? I would like to find out what our boy who's the cuck guy who told people to eat a shit covered boot. What's that?
Oh, fired guy, right?
Wendig.
Oh, Chuck Wendig. What is he saying about Captain Marvel?
Now, real quick, check this out. I'm going to do a screen share, so if you can lock it on me for a minute, Jeff.
Gotcha.
And so this is the Captain Marvel score. I think it was down to like 83, so it's gone up 1%. But key thing here to remember is top critics. Top critics have it at a 63%.
Whoa.
Now, top critics are the ones that have a little more comfortable job. They don't have to worry about just saying the talking points. These are the people that are kind of been in the industry for a long time. So they're a little more ballsy with their, opinions, and they don't really have to just follow the shill talking points. And it's down to an average rating of 6 out of 10. So a total of 17 fresh to 10 rotten. So there's some context for you right there. That's a beautiful thing. So
well, if you guys get a chance, go watch Nerdrotic's video. He talked about the access media, the people, we sometimes refer to as the shill media. And he played a clip from the Sci-Fi Wire podcast. I believe that's the podcast where they basically admit sometimes they got to take a soft stance on stuff because they need access to these things to make a living. So, I mean, by their own admission, they're kind of full of it.
Darth Primus says, Jeremy, a YouTuber named Robert Storms was giving you shit the other week about Captain Marvel videos. Well, tell Robert Storms he's going to have a hell of a few weeks ahead of him, because I'm gonna make a Captain Marvel video every day, and I'll look him up, and if he is actually saying that, I will dedicate a couple of them to him. So I mean, there's just nothing they can do. I don't know why they think they can get us to stop. I mean, you're just not going to do it. How many of these people have I made videos on? Did you see the guy that said because remember now, I gave Black Panther an 8 out of 10, and they said I need to put a Klan hood on.
They hate me because I gave it a lower score.
I'm just like, giving Black Panther an 8 out of 10 now it's supposed to be in the Klan. Like, this is how these people think, and this is what they try to do. They try to bully you into giving the opinion they want you to have. You know what I mean? They're terrified of anybody that dares to, go after their bubble, and that's what we do on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm looking at reviews now on gay websites. No, literally. Review: Brie Larson is fine, but Captain Marvel sucks. Yeah. This is great.
Oh, Jeff, we just broke 2,000 viewers. 2,000.
Right.
Smash that melee. That's what I'm talking about.
Can we get to 3,000 like you do?
Well, let's see. I have broke 3,000 a few times on solo streams. The biggest high council I had on my channel was 28 or 29, and then last week, Ethan, we got it like 32 or 33 on your channel, I think.
Yeah,
so,
it was big. It was a big
so we've been over 2,000 consistently on the high council lately on all of our channels. So that's pretty damn cool.
We're
pretty
growing.
damn cool. Yep.
Shout out to everybody that makes that possible.
That's right.
So let me read a couple of these. Oh, go ahead. Go back to your.
No. Go ahead. I'm reading this review on a gay website, and then I'll share it with you guys.
We have Kevithar1138 who says, in this corner, with a combined total of 335,000, the People's Champions, the High Council, and in this corner, one skinny biatch who can't buy her own review. Let's get it on.
Oh man,
Kevithar1138. The Grand Inquisitor says, let us remember Jeremesians chapter 3 verse 16. If thou goeth woke, thou shalt inevitably goeth broke. In Jeremy's name we pray, Amen.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Tim Collins says, oh my goodness, what a treat. The High Council up in SJW's balls deep.
Loving it, man. Loving it.
Jaegerbomb says, I heard that Captain Marvel won't ruin Endgame from what's shown in the post credits of MC. Also, there is a cut with less Captain Woke. Here's hoping. Now, you guys have heard that rumor, right?
Yeah. Only from the only I just heard about it from you before we started the show, but that's it. I don't know any details.
Well, there was a Reddit post. Now, obviously, you have to take this with a grain of salt, but there's a Reddit post, someone claiming that there's an alternate cut of Avengers and that some of the reshoots had to deal with them basically refilming Captain Marvel scenes.
Oh, no, I did hear about that. I'm sorry. There was another one I thought we were talking about. I did hear that one.
If there's another one, tell me, because I want to know. I thought, even if they're just rumors, it's interesting to hear what people are possibly saying or what could possibly be true, because there were a lot of
it was the rumor that we were discussing. It's the one I actually brought up where I was talking about how the Avengers are unhappy with
okay.
That's the one I brought up. So I've had a little sleep lately, so just bear with me. Go ahead.
That's all right. I always bear with you no matter what. No, but it's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously they'll never tell us if there's an alternate cut. I think saving face is the most important thing with Marvel right now. They'll deal with egg on their face if Captain Marvel underperforms, because it's 49, 50 days away from Avengers now. So, I mean, we're getting closer to that. The wheels are going to start turning probably next Monday. Like, if this movie underperforms, expect a trailer for the Avengers coming up, and then expect a full bore into Avengers mode within the next week or two. It's going to be merchandise hits, this hits, that hits, rumors, speculation, and the Marvel fans will act like Captain Marvel never happened.
Well, speaking of the merch thing, Ivan Ortega, the great Ivan Ortega, he sent me he was in a department store earlier. He said they had Captain Marvel merchandise in the boys section, and they didn't have any in the girls section. Like everything's so ass backwards with these people, man. It's so funny. It's so funny. They just are so focused on virtue signaling, and they don't understand how bad they're actually hurting things in the process. And it's going to be a complete disaster these next few weeks if this thing doesn't have a big opening. And I think that I feel like right now I almost feel comfortable saying that I think the message has been sent regardless of this movie's opening weekend. I feel like the message has been sent that people just don't like. Again, it would have been fine if you wanted to involve, Captain Marvel within the process of the Avengers and you have her be, a character in the mix, but the rumors and the thoughts that she could actually be the person that, defeats Thanos. I mean, I think the people have spoken loud and clear that you better not even remotely think about this. I feel like that point has already been made. regardless of what happens from here on out.
I think she should have shown up after, like, after Endgame ended. Captain Marvel could come out next International Women's Day or whatever, because there's no reason she needs to be in this next movie.
Yeah.
Well, that look, the reality of it all. I mean, the reality of this is that Marvel Comics has realized that they don't have a Wonder Woman. I mean, all of their women, these people are full-time women respecters. That's what they talk about in Marvel Comics. They want to be seen as a progressive and woke company, and that's why they've killed all their white male characters and replaced them with two-dimensional, woke, inclusive stand-ins. But they realized, we don't have a Wonder Woman. I mean, all of our female characters are connected to men. We've got the Invisible Woman over on the Fantastic Four. She can't go solo. We got Phoenix with the X-Men. We got Spider-Woman, who was just a way of, look, they got Spider-Woman and She-Hulk. Why? It's just a copyright thing. They just wanted to protect the Hulk and Spider-Man. That's all, because anybody could just go She-Hulk and Spider-Man or Spider-Woman. Otherwise, anybody could have done that. So they did it. They created characters, female characters, just to maintain the licenses and trademarks of their strong white male characters. So this is the thing. This is the struggle that Marvel's had all this time. And finally, they just decided, well, here's a third-rate D-list character named Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, that's been around that nobody's really cared about, but at least she's not really attached to anything else. She's not really an Avenger, even though she kind of is. And her last name, look, she's Captain Marvel. We're literally saying that this character represents our brand, our company, even though technically Captain Marvel used to be a man, etc. Look, that's a whole other thing. But they shoved this character out there. And the reason why, look, Kevin Feige's no dummy. He knew this character was a zero. He knew Captain Marvel was a cipher. He knows that nobody cares about this character. She is completely generic, completely bland, and nobody's ever heard of her before. But what he did to help this character was he attached her premiere movie to the finale of the Avengers, what would you call it, quadrilogy? He attached it to that. He made it seem like people had to go see this movie in order to understand the movie that they actually want to see. It's incredible. It's an incredible favor that he's done for women by making this movie come out on Women's Day 6 weeks before the Avengers, and it's still going to bomb. Imagine if they put this movie out in October. Imagine if they put this movie out a year from now. It would do even worse. It would do even worse, Jeff. And as Haroon Sharif on Twitter is saying, stop giving excuses. Just say Captain Marvel was terrible and you hated it. All the reviewers are contradicting themselves in their reviews, he says. Let go of the mouse. Fucking A.
Well, on Thursday night, I'll have a live stream review of Captain Marvel like we do with all the other Marvel movies. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you're subscribed because we're going to go and review that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And as we speak, a Captain Marvel commercial is on my TV right now, which makes me very sad and sick.
I love it because that's just another commercial that they're not going to be able to pay for when the returns come in. You have to understand, it cost them $170 million to make this movie, and they're overspending promoting it. $200 million promoting this movie. They are going to have to come up with $370 million to break even, but not even that, because more than that, we figured out they're going to have to make about $580 million to start seeing a profit once they pay off, once the theaters get their cut. $580 million to make a profit. That's why they're sitting there out there. They're saying we have to make $600 to $700 million on this movie. Good luck.
Well, have you heard about American Eagle Outfitters giving away vouchers to Captain Marvel from Fandango when you spend $50?
Yes.
So how does this all factor? And there are so many odd elements that we have never seen apply with Captain Marvel from other Marvel films. It's like, well, I just bought a ticket to Avengers. Well, I bought 2 pairs of jeans and I got 2 free tickets. Do I go? Whatever. It still counts. They still count that as a sale, right?
That's
or is
right.
there something else?
Well, yeah, American Eagle definitely purchased a bunch of tickets from them. They're already sold. Those tickets are already sold. American Eagle didn't get them for free from Disney. They purchased those tickets to give away as premiums. So they're getting that money already no matter what. Disney has scammed in so many different ways to get this movie going, down to the lowest of the low with that Captain Marvel Challenge charity. That was the most despicable thing. that Disney and Brie Larson got involved with. And I don't care. These people are like, we're going to sue you for saying that. I'm sorry. I don't see any other way of looking at it. People have to take their blinders off. You're literally raising money. You're crowdfunding money to put right in Disney's pocket. And you've got Brie Larson out there on Ellen DeGeneres sitting there talking about how, oh, we just want to send underprivileged girls to go to see Captain Marvel. Why don't you give them a fucking sandwich? This is the thing. This is the thing about Brie. It makes me so angry when I talk about this, Jeff. But you know, I'm a kind, calm gentleman. You know, this isn't my normal.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is the thing, you bitch. These little children are hungry. You're gonna force them to sit in a theater with empty bellies to look at you punching an 80-year-old woman in the face, you lunatic. Buy them a sandwich. And by the way, why isn't Disney picking up the tab for these tickets in the first place? Why are the American people, why are we being asked to donate to a charity? None of these people are thinking about it. To donate to a charity that goes straight into the pocket of the mouse of Bob Iger, of Kevin Feige, of Brie Larson. What planet is this? What is wrong with people? So we actually, with Comicsgate, we actually did something. We got together and to give a middle finger to Brie Larson and all of these lunatics at the Captain Marvel Challenge, we raised over $10,000 for No Kid Hungry, because if these children have to go and watch Brie Larson's ugly pan face in a dark room for 3 hours, they might as well have something in their stomachs, Jeff. It's the least
noble cause.
Noble cause. We fed those kids. That's what you do to underprivileged kids. That's what you do. Yeah, you see those pictures of like those starving African kids with flies around their head. They don't need to see Captain Marvel. That's not going to change anything. They need a sandwich, Jeff. Some milk.
I'm with you, man. Nutrition's very important.
Goddamn Brie Larson. She's literally starving children to death. That's what she's doing. She's asking you to pay her to starve little girls to death. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes minutes matter when it comes to a starving child, Jeff. Sometimes minutes are all that's left. And she's got them in a dark room for 3 hours, Jeff.
It's 3 hours they'll never get back.
Well, there's an image going around that pretty much puts it all into perspective for us. Right,
you got it? I'll click yeah.
I got it. You guys ready for this one? So we know Brie Larson, all about diversity, all about women of color.
Ooh.
Yeah, except for hanging out with all of her white friends. I mean, look at that. Look at all that diversity right there. Look, she's hanging out with is that Avril Lavigne right there? I mean, she's hanging out with, like the 90s pop stars, all the girls. Like, this is privilege right there. All the white girl privilege, Yeah. Where's your diversity? Nothing but white people. That's
the Spice Girls were more diverse than this picture.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just unbelievable, man. Like this image right here says it all. It says it all right here. Me hanging out with all my white people talking about how much we love minorities and we love diversity. It's unreal. So they
Jeff,
just.
How can we stop them? How can we put a stop to them?
We can all stay home on the 8th.
There's got to be something that we can do about these weirdos. Here's one of the guys. This guy, I can't allow him to smile toothily like this. This is Jordan Mason. He's the artist of Star Wars Topps cards. He's the guy who's running the Captain Marvel Challenge on behalf of Lucasfilm. Time to head that way. Trying out our fancy new shirts for this screening. Captain Marvel #film for good. We can't do this. We can't let this succeed, Jeff.
The thing is, it's not going to succeed. It's already failed. I mean, these people want to use a #film for good. It's a corporate product. You guys aren't doing anything good. You're not achieving anything. It's a corporate product. That's like saying, I'm going to go watch Medea's funeral or something. It's the same. You're doing the same thing. You're just giving a company money. You're not doing anything. Disney's not giving money to little girls. They'll send them to a premiere to look good. So Mr. Jordan, whatever his name was, nice hashtag. But it's irrelevant at best.
Oh my God, this is the cuckiest. You ready for the cuckiest photograph you've ever seen in your life?
I don't know if I can handle it.
Full scale cringe. Get ready for cringe. Everybody put on your cringe suits. Lock camera on me, please, Jeff. I'm going to show you something that is literally going to make you unable to achieve an erection for the next 2 weeks. Are you ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Here it is. Oh my god. Oh, the cringe, dude, it's caving in my head. Oh my god. My outfit for the Captain Marvel premiere tonight. Oh my dear god. Oh, I got goose chills. Jesus.
You ever notice that John Campea doesn't have a check mark, but you do?
I do, yeah. That's because I'm famous and he's not.
He thinks he is, though.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, dude.
That was disturbing. Can you promise that you'll never show that again?
No, I can't. Well, not this one, but I might show you some other.
You guys, you think I'm trying to tear the Phantom Menace apart? No, Ethan's trying to tear it with pictures like that. Like he's scarring all of us for life right now.
I'm
Ethan,
just being real.
apologize.
I'm just being real. No, I'm being real. I'll never apologize for being real. Ever. Ever. I can't be it.
What did he give it, Jeremy? A 7 out of 10?
7. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Well, I give his outfit an 8 out of 10. I thought that was really that was really ducky. Yeah, good job.
Let's see what a couple more of our listeners are saying. Heatstruck says, really wanted Captain Marvel to be good. SJWs ruin everything. Now, Planet Musk Vlog sent in the same super chat twice, so I'm going to read it twice. How do you like me now? Bree! The patriarchy. How do you like me now? Bree! The patriarchy. There you go. 2 separate readings, Planet Musk Vlog, since you sent them both in. Dr. Coffinail says, RIP MCU 2008 to 2019. 11 years? Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Van Slattery says, so Ben Mendelsohn is the standout in this movie. Well, as he said in Rogue One, we stand here amidst my achievement.
Ben Mendelsohn's great. He's one of my favorite actors. I love Ben Mendelsohn. So if you haven't seen, it's been so long since I've seen it, or watched it on Netflix. Him and Kyle Chandler's in it. Bloodline.
Show in Florida?
Bloodline, yeah. Even though season 3 ultimately kind of a disappointing ending. The first 2 seasons are fantastic, and Ben Mendelsohn is awesome.
I like him in Batman. I love how Bane just disposes of him. I paid you a fortune. Do you think you have power over me? And then just puts his hand on his shoulder.
He's such a prick. He's so good at playing a douchebag, man.
Yeah, he's great. What else? He was in Ready Player One. He's had a great couple of years.
He was in a place. Was it A Place Beyond the Pines? He was in. He was in Rogue One. He was in Ready Player One. He's been in quite a few things. He's a great actor. He really is. So
he really is. Where's his Oscar at?
Yeah, I heard that.
Let's see. Hieronymus Fox News says, hey guys, I'm a new YouTuber and you all really inspire me. Thanks for all the great content and well-informed discussions. Well, you're welcome, Hieronymus Fox. And folks, check out Hieronymus Fox's YouTube channel. Since he's new, let's give him some love from the Phantom Menace. He's got an icon that is Gary Coleman, so that's always fun too. Cody P says 92 million box office. Mike Zero told me.
So what was it?
$92 million box office.
That's
Mike Zero told me.
I believe it. That's good. That's a good guess.
Anything under $100 million is a win right now. I said the lowest, and this was 2 weeks ago. I think the lowest I think it could be is 85, and now I'm jumping ship on that prediction. I think it could go lower. So
yeah, I never said this movie would ever flop or underperform. I think it would just cause damage further down the road, much like The Last Jedi has. The Last Jedi made what, 1.4 billion?
Yeah.
But it's damaged Star Wars. Star Wars is kind of useless right now. I mean, we're even at a point where Mark Hamill is talking shit and throwing shade at him, and we're just like, eh.
I love that. I love Mark Hamill coming out. Look at this guy right here. It looks just like my Soy Boy sketch, of course.
Looks like Bob Saget.
Yeah. Very sad and bummed to report that Captain Marvel did not do it for me at all. Could say so much more, but I don't want to feed the incels. Maybe later in this thread. That's what the reviewers are saying, by the way. And this guy here is actually a real Rotten Tomatoes approved critic. So when you see that Rotten Tomatoes score right now, when you're taking a look at that score, just remember this idea here. Don't want to feed the incels.
Yep. Shout out to Vito for that. I retweeted that earlier. Vito's a good channel. But yeah, man, these people they're making it so much easier for us, and we appreciate it. It's just like Solo. It's Solo all over again. It's like we don't say these. We have our fingers on the pulse of the people. We know what's going on. We're not trying to create controversy. We're responding to controversy. We're responding because you're upsetting the people. You are upsetting your fan base, and we're just reporting on it. And because we're reporting on your stupidity, you come after us, and you just make us look even better. This is what we did with Solo. This is what we've done with Captain Marvel. And if you continue to do this with other properties, we're going to continue to call you out on it. We're here to hold you accountable because the people want you held accountable for our entertainment. That's it.
Here. Now, since we're talking about incels, what about the Mary Sue article?
Oh,
You want to read that a little bit?
You do it, man. You got the best soy voice.
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I love how you kept the right tone on that last one. It was very good. You expressed soy, but at the same time expressing disappointment because he was clearly disappointed. I loved it.
All right. Well, let me read this one to you guys. It's story time. I want you guys to curl up in your feety pajamas. And get ready because Uncle Ethan is going to read you an article from one of the worst websites on the face of the earth. Is this it? No, that's not it. Is it this one? Oh, here it is. The Mary Sue. Oh, by the way, you bitches. You took the booty away from the... You see what I'm saying? Up here, can you see it?
Oh, the logo?
Originally, yeah. They had a nice like Wonder Woman style logo, and it had a nice booty on it. And I was like, shake it. They got rid of that. All right, so here's what the Mary Sue has to say. Feminist website. Captain Marvel is fun. The only negative reviews are written by men. Shocking. Here we go. So be ready for this. I can't say I'm surprised that the negative reviews of Captain Marvel are written by men. I saw the movie last night. I'm not going to write up all my feelings, but the movie, it's a fun origin story, a new look at a hero, and it fits perfectly with the MCU. So their problems with the movie seem strange. A lot of people want more of a girl power vibe, which, no, it doesn't need that. Part of the problem in quotes, with Captain Marvel is that people were angry that she had a feminist agenda. I guess by just being a woman and existing. So the fact that the movie isn't really that heavy-handed on the message should have appealed to people, but apparently they're also mad. It wasn't more of an agenda. It didn't need to be. The best part of the movie is when everyone keeps telling Carol to get her emotions in check, and she just says no and does whatever she wants. That being said, Twitter is pretty much in love with her and the movie, and that's more important. Here's Kyle Buchanan here. He says, the characters in Captain Marvel spend most of their time thinking about Annette Bening, and I have never before felt representation like that.
What the hell does that even mean?
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
He feels representation. All right.
Because they talk to Annette Bening? That makes no fucking sense.
Look at this. Thanos is literally shaking. All right. The world premiere of Captain Marvel took place last night in Los Angeles and brought out all the stars to the carpet. Captain Marvel was a blast, and Larson was a fantastic hero. Jackson, Mendelsohn, Lynch, and Goose, all standouts. Hashtag Captain Marvel. Okay.
I want that as a ringtone.
See, you guys don't understand. You don't appreciate me. I have to create new voices. The wide variation of soy, and I've got a whole wide spectrum of soy here. All right, look, I get it. It isn't for everyone, but it is telling that every negative review of the movie was written by a man. Is it my favorite MCU movie? No, that still goes to Captain Marvel or Captain America: Civil War. But the film does a great job of introducing us to Carol Danvers and setting up her storyline. Their anger comes from messages that wouldn't have benefited the movie, and the storyline isn't predictable, especially if you're new to Carol's story. So, should you go see Captain Marvel? Yes, of course you should. It's a great movie, and I want to be Carol Danvers now. That being said, maybe make your own opinion on this. Guys, this website is insane. Can you imagine living with this person? Seriously.
I don't want to.
They haven't said one thing. I'm reading this. They haven't said one thing. All right. So maybe have an opinion on Captain Marvel, but it is important to watch the movie and discover it for yourself, especially since the internet is having a temper tantrum over Carol Danvers getting her time on the big screen, whether she has had too much agenda or not enough. Want more stories like this?
No.
Become a subscriber and support the site. The Mary Sue has a strict comment policy that forbids, but is not limited to, personal insults towards anyone, hate speech, and trolling. You incels. Okay.
The irony of them having that policy while taking up for Brie Larson is a beautiful thing. Fantastic.
That article literally said 0 things.
It said nothing. It
didn't even say what it promised to say. It didn't even say that only men were given that. I don't see proof of that. I don't see.
We have proof of the opposite, actually.
We do. I can show you right now.
I'll click on you right there.
So right here on Twitter, this is their post and the comments. Let's see. Boom. Also not true. I found 10 already. There's 2 women that gave it a negative review. There's another woman that gave it a negative review. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that's giving it a negative review. So yeah, I mean, it's just facts. It's just facts.
What Time Magazine say? Scroll up real quick. It was there you go. It's in the big one.
Right here.
Right where your cursor is. Just let's see. Larson. Okay, I was just curious because I guess
so even Time gave it a negative review. So, but it was all men. It was all men, except the facts are right there in front of you, and I truly like. Again, it goes back to it. They sit around, they go, "How can we make these asshole YouTubers that we hate look even better? How can we make them look even better? How can we justify them and confirm everything they're saying? Let's write a review, blaming all of this on men when it's so easy to debunk that. They are so dumb." They're so dumb, and it's so good. And we're over 3,000 viewers, Jeff.
Woo!
So
that's a record for the High Council on this channel. We once had 5 for a Mauler stream. That was about last year or so.
Yeah, and Mauler and Wolf have talked to me. I'm going to be going on their show at some point as soon as schedules can work out. So looking forward to that.
I think
I got Razor Fist coming on my show tomorrow.
Ooh, nice. Razor Fist is awesome. He's one of my favorite YouTubers.
Good stuff.
No,
go ahead.
No, you know what? I have some news. Geek Girl Diva wrote a whole article about Captain Marvel and her feelings on Captain Marvel.
The reason I know about that is because you retweeted it, and I looked at it and said, "Oh my god, more excuses."
The excuses begin. I'm not gonna read it. I won't do it because it's like Geek Girl Diva's voice is a bitch. I mean, it's a pain. So yeah, it's hard. But Geek Girl Diva is weighing in. All of these feminists, all of these wackos are weighing in on the presumed failure. At this point, they all know it's going to fail, and they're weighing in on it. I might do this as a video myself, like a whole Geek Girl Diva Captain Marvel disappointment video. Oh, be good.
I'm just so happy right now. I'm so happy. And the beautiful thing is if in fact Captain Marvel does fail, my birthday is on March the 8th. How about that for a birthday present, Brie Larson? Birthday. Thank you, Brie. Thank you for the wonderful gift of fucking up this movie right before our eyes on my birthday. Thank you.
Destroyed. Debris Larson. That's all.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
Oh, where are we at? Chapter Master Dante says, "Evening Council. I saw Alita today and I loved it. It looked great, but more importantly, it had heart. I shed a manly tear by the end."
I loved Alita myself. I heard all the hype before going to see it. Pretty much got cyberbullied into going to see it by all of our supporters. The people that apparently are intimidated by women in movies suddenly were like, "Go see this movie with an awesome character." No, they weren't defining it based on the gender of the character. They were just like, "Hey, this movie's awesome. Go see it." They weren't going, "This movie is awesome. It's got a strong female character, and you have to go support it." They didn't do that. That's not what we do. We just go see movies with good characters. We're not obsessed with the race and the gender of them. And Alita is a great movie, great character development. And I hope everybody goes out and supports Alita on March the 8th, because that is the hashtag Alita challenge.
Hell yeah.
I may actually go do that because I don't have anything planned for Friday. So I might go see it.
It's great, man. EBS, have you seen it yet?
No.
You haven't? You got to see it, man. It's really good. It's really
I'm going to do it for the challenge. I already made a video about it, and I'm going to do it.
Nice. So I'm serious, and we got over 3,000 people watching this. you spread the word about the Alita challenge. And I love it. I made a tweet about this earlier. SJWs, all these sexist men against Captain Marvel because they're scared of women in film. Also, SJWs, I can't believe all these men are trying to get people to support Alita. They're such bigots. they don't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
They're best to be ignored.
Yes. No, actually, no. They're best to monetize. They're best to monetize because they can't stand when people make money. And I was talking about this earlier. Only time I talk about the money, that is made on YouTube, it's only because I love triggering these fools because they can't stand capitalism. They can't stand it. And they're the ones that always talk about these alt-writers. These alt-writers are monetizing this rage and hate. So
you have to talk about money.
Yeah, so I'm constantly going, like the other day when that Reddit thread came out about me and people were, I don't know, calling me a con artist and all that stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to destroy that article with facts. But the point I commented below and I said, people take screenshots of this for me. I'm out of town, but when I get back home, I'm going to make a lot of money off of it, make a video and make a lot of money. And I saw all the soy boys in there. You see, he's bragging about his money. He's bragging about his money. And I knew I knew you would show up in my mentions. I knew it. And I made this other tweet today too. I said, the day these SJWs start hating on you is the day you're no longer successful. So that every time you see them cry, just know that is confirming that you are successful. You're doing something right, whether it's 1, whether it's 5, 10, 20, or 10,000. If you see an SJW complaining about you, it's because you're doing something right. Confirm that with their pain and monetize their tears and laugh at them all the way to the bank. Thank you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's cold, man.
You're welcome.
It's cold. I'm cold-hearted.
You're a cold-ass honky. I love
it. Huge Ass says, I think Captain Marvel is going to be a movie. That's a very accurate observation there, Hugh.
I would argue with you. I believe it's political propaganda. I don't even think it classifies as a movie.
Laura, Ryan stole my fan fiction story, says, shout out to Sith Kryptonian. Vid got 100K views.
Damn. And he just hit 2,000 subs too. I was on his stream a few days ago. So he just hit 2,000 subs and he just had a video go over 100K. Congratulations, buddy. Congrats.
That's impressive, man. It's impressive. You're on your way to the top. You're on your way to the top. A Truist 77 says, the patriarchy wins again.
We always win.
Yep.
We always win. That's my General Zod.
I love that movie.
Oh, I do too.
Not Man of Steel for those out there. We're talking about Superman 2.
The real General Zod who's like, I win. I always win. I love that. I don't get the British accent right, but God, the guy's glorious. When I saw that as a kid, I said, I want to grow up to be General Zod. I like Superman, but General Zod's for me. He's like, I see you're accustomed to worshiping things that fly. Good. I love that. God damn, it was cool.
Planet Houston. I want to watch those now. I mean, there's no reason to, but I still will.
They're great.
They are. I have a Christopher Reeve Superman figure up on my shelf. He was the best. Tim Collins says, the fandom menace has been emboldened by Soilo and Captain Marvel will be destroyed. Under 50 million this weekend. Might not break 300 million worldwide. F the SJWs, F them all. Now, it's funny he brought up about worldwide money. Did you guys see what Scott Mendelson is saying about Alita?
What's he saying?
So the way he's framing it in his article over on Forbes is that Alita's second week holdover is disappointing, and it only made $113 million in China in like 2 weeks. But then in our video, I cross-referenced that with films like Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Spider-Man Homecoming, and Thor Ragnarok. And out of those 4 movies, Alita's already done better than 2 of them in China. We're just talking strictly China. So it's funny how it seems like the media is just always trying to push for Alita to look like the little movie that can't.
Yeah, it comes down to, because Alita, they are not in this for representation. They are not in this for female empowerment. They're not in this for minorities to get representation. They're in this to use a non-white male as a political propaganda tool. This is proof of it. Alita, fantastic movie. It has a female lead. They're not behind it because there's no political message in it that they can push. They don't care about these things. They are interested in treating non-white straight males like circus animals to do their tricks for them. And if you do not do your trick for them, they will call you names. They will call you racist names. They will call you sexist names, and they will dismiss you completely. They prove it every single day, and more people have got to start waking up to this. That's it. It's that simple. And everybody watching this show knows this. 100%. 100%.
Let's see. MG or MGTOW Michigander says, I hope Captain Crunch makes more than this movie opening weekend. Chapter Master Dante says, Mighty THC, please come to Star Wars Celebration wearing your silver play buttons on the end of chains like Lethal Injection Crew.
I still haven't got mine. I need to apply. I haven't even applied for mine, though. I don't think.
Dude, this is my first week on the High Council with 100,000 subs. I need to get into doing all that behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, and congratulations on that once again for like the 10th time. So,
hey, you called me personally to congratulate you. So thank you for that.
I did. I'm a very, very I'm a very upstanding person. I do a lot of great things. I was actually I was doing the same as Brie Larson, where I was actually with my other phone. I was taking a selfie of myself calling you just so I could post it on Instagram and say, "Look at me being a great guy. Congratulations to a non-white male for succeeding in life." I forgot to post it. Because my new shipment of pink pussy hats came in and my soy latte spilled on my ankle choker jeans. It was a really rough day. And then Trump came on and I cried for about 30 minutes because I realized that Hillary is not going to be president. Sorry. All right. Went full SJW there. Sorry about that.
You're having some war flashbacks. Yeah, but is it even possible for us to get those in time?
What's that? I don't think so. Maybe though. Why do you say this to me? Well, you know I will kill you for it.
This is my favorite line from the movie ever, and I used to say this to my son all the time. Why do you say this to me when you know I will kill you for it?
What was his response?
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's almost as good as go get daddy's belt. You know, it's the same kind of sentiment.
Oh man, it's just yes, Jeremy was literally shaking. But I was very brave. At the same time. So there's a lot of bravery going on. Oh, and can we? It's also another great day. I haven't looked too far into this, but I did get a notification on my phone, and Hillary did announce she is no longer running in 2020.
That's not good. Why is that good?
I know it's actually disappointing because God, it would have been glorious to watch that happen again.
You lost again and again. By the way, I just finished reading the Geek Girl Diva article. Let me just close out with the last paragraph. It's a long article, but I read the whole thing now. And this is what she this is how she closes out her her thoughts on the movie. Okay. Ultimately, Captain Marvel gets many jobs done, and it looks pretty good doing it. As a first-shot representation movie, it isn't as game-changing as Black Panther, and it isn't as adventurous as Thor Ragnarok, but it does deliver the girl-powered narrative that the MCU needed on the level of rival Wonder Woman, and not just by making Captain Marvel a powerful hero. It also makes her an admirable person, one with good friends and goals worth fighting for, and it firmly establishes Carol Danvers as one of Marvel's mightiest superheroes, which is exactly what the Avengers will need in Endgame.
Oh God!
Thank you.
Oh man! It sounds like
Oscar.
Sounds like the Advanced Auto Parts commercial guy.
No.
You come on down to your local auto parts store, get you a few wrenches. And I was like, God, you sound just like it. Geek Diva Girl confirmed as the Advanced Auto Parts guy for the commercial.
I know that she sounds. People told me that's exactly what she sounds like too. Like I just made that up. I looked at her face and I said, yeah, that's this is probably what she looks like. And people told me like, yeah, actually that is Ethan. You nailed it. Like, did you hear her before? You really got the impression down right. And I said, no, I know. Really? And they said, yeah. So let me show you. I mean, hold on a second here. Real quick here. So let's do that again. Yeah. It's exactly what the MCU has been looking for all along. Yeah.
Oh God.
I think I saw
never
her in
met
Red
her.
Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. I hope to meet her in Star Wars Celebration. I'd like to say.
All those people are going to do is look at us and walk away.
I hope so. Faster the better.
You're gonna walk away from Star Wars 2. Oh, where were we at? Let's see. Ghosty Ghost says, "Hello, guys." Oh,
Hello.
Ghosty Ghost, and thank you very much. The Pork Chop,
Glad you're joining us.
the Pork Chop Express sent in $5, but there's no message, so thank you very much. Kyle Miller says, "I will accept being blamed for the failure of Captain Marvel as a white male."
Thank you.
Good man. Good man. That was very brave. That was very brave. A lot of bravery. A lot. If you go get an operation, ESPN will give you the Courage Award, just like they did Bruce Jenner.
Chapter Master Dante says, "Jeff can be Busta Rhymes, Jeremy can be DMX, and EVS Snoop Dogg."
I like that.
DMX. I like it. I like it.
You like Prison too, just like DMX?
Hell yeah, man. Let's do it.
I'm cool with that. I could be Busta Rhymes. I could be in a couple shitty movies and then, stop rapping, but whatever. Professor Geek says, "Loved all of your Captain Marvel videos today, guys. Sweet, sweet schadenfreude. Thanks for the great entertainment." Well, thank you, Professor Geek. I believe I subscribe to your channel.
Yeah, Professor Geek, I think he just hit a milestone. We were on the, I think it was a live, what live stream was I on? I think I had Nerdrotic on my channel, and he was talking about his milestone he hit. So a lot of people's hitting milestones. It's great, and we could not be happier for everyone.
Speaking of Nerdrotic, he just tweeted me, without a doubt, the greatest picture ever. I'm going to send to you guys right now. We'll maybe we'll show it on there. I'll let Ethan decide.
All right.
But let's see. The Honest Review says, "Let's celebrate this Friday." Right. Hashtag support Alita. Hashtag support Dragons. Hashtag support Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Hashtag support Captain Marvel. Buy one of her many canceled comic book series on sale for right now, 20% off. You wait a little while, they're going to be 80% off. But choose from any one of these or a pop figurine. Pop stands for part of the problem, as you know. Here they all are, everyone. A bunch of comics that nobody effing wanted, and they still didn't get the hint and made a major motion picture out of this character. Let's see how it goes, shall we?
That is just waste on a table.
I'm so excited about this weekend. I'm so excited to see what happens.
It's better than the Super Bowl. It really is.
It's so great. It's so great. I mean, I want to thank all of the SJWs and the NPCs for making me far more excited for this Captain Marvel movie than I ever should have been, and not for the right reasons, or for the right reasons, but not for their reasons. And yes, Skull Leader James Woods has been killing it on Twitter about this movie and promoting the Alita Challenge. James Woods is the best. All right, if James Woods is going after you, you better hide, because James Woods is a savage on Twitter. I love it.
He is good.
He is great.
Yeah, dude, that tweet made me laugh so hard.
Let's see.
Love
All
Jeff laughing.
Hang on. All right, you just sent this picture. Let's see. Oh,
What is it?
look, EVS, look in our inbox. Look at our. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, you got to dress up when you go out to the movies.
I don't think we can keep this from the audience.
Go ahead and show them. I don't think they'd.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh, hang on. Let me. I got to make sure I don't have all of our conversation pulled up. So, oh, that's.
Oh, here we go. Drum roll, please, folks.
Okay, are you guys ready? I need to see flex emojis in the chat. I want to flood flex emojis to show a lot of masculinity, because Lord knows we're gonna need it before we see this picture. Okay, so we need a lot of masculinity. Okay, so let me see those flex emojis fly before I show you this. God damn it! All right. There's the flex emojis. All right. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2. I don't want to do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to make a lot of people sick.
I don't know if I can do this, guys. Hang hang on. I gotta. Here's what here. I'm gonna do this beforehand. Okay. Look at the comment that I'm making in the chat, everybody. Let me pull up the chat stream because this is going to be a difficult time for all of us. Okay.
Oh my God.
So I want you all to hug your families. This is going to take us to a very, very dark place.
Yeah.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
This is what's about to happen to all of us. And I just dropped a comment right there. This is what's going to happen to all of us. It's going to traumatize us. It's going to hurt us. Hashtag me too. So there you go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. There it is right there.
And that was it. There went the last lingering thread of my sanity. There it went.
Best High Council episode yet? I'd say so.
Somebody said I was eating.
Not anymore.
Oh my God. That dude, he collects pop figurines. I mean, can we just talk
get
about
it off the screen. I got to get off my computer screen, please. I got
get it off your computer before the FBI seizes your computer and finds it. What does that qualify as? Why does that guy collect pop figurines? Why is the whole back of his studio full of pops? What is going on, dude?
Free. That's what he gets paid in.
He gets paid in pops?
Yeah. Not corn pops, the good kind.
Oh my God. Damn you, Nerdrotic.
Shout out to Gary at Nerdrotic. Everyone subscribe to his channel.
I will say this. I would like to issue a challenge. This is a challenge, a meme challenge to the crowd out there. Take that John Campea piece and go ahead and do whatever you want with it. Honestly, tweet them to us, tweet them out there. Let me see what you guys come up with in a similar vein, or maybe even better than that. Go do it, man. That John Campea is meme worthy, absolutely meme worthy.
Yep, that was, oh my goodness. Whew.
Jason Green says, "I'd rather write, direct, and star in my own snuff film than watch this disaster." Anna's rant earlier was fantastic. Hail High Council.
Oh man, I'm still recovering from the picture. So, Gary, I said I used to be a big fan of your channel. I'm no longer a fan. You've starred me, so no, I actually love Gary's great. He's great. Yeah, and Jeff, I got to give you credit for introducing me to him when you brought him on the High Council that week. Me and Ethan weren't here. I've become such a big fan of him. He is doing such a good job, man. And there he is, right there in the comments. So.
Yeah, he's excellent. I love his channel.
He said you can do it better. He said you can do it better than my hack job on Photoshop. Hail to the High Council chat.
Well, we couldn't do it that fast, so there you go. You win. Silva Luca has a question. Hey, Jeremy, did you see the Tim Pool? Tim Pool was on the Joe Rogan podcast earlier.
I didn't see that. I've been rewatching the Alex Jones and Joe Rogan because it's fantastic.
That whole show was crazy.
God, it's so good. It's just, damn you, Twitter. Damn you, all of you social media for taking that pure entertainment away from us that is known as Alex Jones. Damn you straight to hell. He is so entertaining and fascinating to listen to. And Joe Rogan is just like, wait, what? Are you kidding me? And then some of the stuff he's saying, they confirm it, and it's just like blows people's minds. It's absolutely unbelievable. But I haven't seen Tim Pool on there yet, but I would love to because I love Tim Pool, and he gave Geeks and Gamers a shout out before on his channel. By the way, No Bullshit gave us a shout out, gave me a shout out today on his channel. Getting shout outs like crazy. So
that's great. Yeah, No Bullshit's great. Yeah, the Tim Pool was on Joe Rogan with with Twitter.
Jack Dorsey and that lady. I watched it, the YouTube clips. It was great.
Yeah, because that was about a month ago, right? When he was on there. It was about a month ago in Tim Pool.
No, he's on there tonight.
Yeah.
So they did another one. Okay.
Yeah, Joe Rogan ate a shit sandwich when he had Jack Dorsey on about a month ago.
Yeah,
not
that's
even
what
a
I was
month.
thinking of. I was thinking about the Jack Dorsey one then.
Dude, he just like covered up for him, and then people gave him shit left and right. I think his video had 75,000 downvotes, and like he couldn't avoid it anymore. So he had them both back on. I think he addressed it right away too, and he was actually trying to bring them to task as much as Tim was on certain topics. So go check it out. I was going to talk about it on my show on Thursday night, but we'll talk about it now. It's really entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that because, like I said, Tim Pool's great. Tim Pool's been covering the Captain Marvel nonsense a lot on his channel lately too, and so yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Darth Bobcat says, "Why does Jeremy need a Klan hood? He's no Democrat."
That's right. I'm not.
Marvel fan says, Feige lost me a year ago. The first time he said Captain Marvel will be the most powerful character in the MCU. Another insult to every Marvel 4 or Hulk fans of the 60 years canon.
Yeah,
sarcastic. Honestly, I really do. Like with the benefit of time, because he was saying things like she deserves her own theme park and she deserves her own battle cruiser, and we're gonna name a country after her. And he was just kidding, man. He knew
That was Bob Iger.
Oh, who are we talking about?
Kevin Feige.
Oh, Feige. Oh, yeah.
Feige. No, and somebody said they're calling Tim Pool alt-right. Look, at this point, alt-right means they're successful. They're saying things I don't like. That's ultimately what alt-right means, because it doesn't mean whatever the true definition of whatever alt-right is. Alt-right now just means someone disagrees with me and someone is more successful than I want them to be. Therefore, I am labeling them alt-right now. It's crazy, you know?
Let's see, DeMille Jr. Oh, but back to the Kevin Feige thing, Marvel fan. Yeah, he kept. The thing is, if they keep harping on this whole most powerful character in the universe, and the movie does flop, you spent the better part of a year, maybe more, telling us how great she is, and she sucks. So why do we have any faith or trust in the next decade of the MCU? Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
It's like the fact that they've gotten themselves in this position right now. I mean, again, I can't imagine any studio ever recreating what the Marvel Cinematic Universe has done, and that is directly under Kevin Feige's great leadership. But again, I haven't always been the biggest fan of the MCU, but you have to respect it. When we got to the Avengers, I felt like that was always going to be the high point of the MCU, and not from a quality standpoint, just from it coming together, and that was an event like we haven't seen in a long time, and they still did a great job of maintaining, and Guardians of the Galaxy was highly successful. Age of Ultron, which I enjoyed Age of Ultron, but it definitely wasn't nearly as successful as the first Avengers. And then we got to Civil War, which Civil War was great. Still wasn't the mega success that the Avengers was. And they brought it all together with Infinity War, and they took it to another level. The Infinity War went beyond the first Avengers, which I did not think they could accomplish. And now they do this. The timing couldn't be worse, but I think that's why they did it. I think that they believed that they could get away with this. And now it's starting to look like maybe they can't, because no matter how strong your universe is, no matter how strong your brand is, SJW disease will eat anything alive if you bring it into the fold. It doesn't matter what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. DeMille Jr. says, my Marvel money will be used for a really awesome steak and lobster dinner and then a Star Wars OT marathon. And as a white male, I am unanimous in that. Steak and lobster sounds really great. I'm hungry. Snarticon DM says, cue up the alternate ending to Endgame.
Yeah.
I want to know if there's a real alternate ending. Kind of like that Snyder cut of Justice League.
Don't get that one started. Oh boy.
Dude, it's so funny how if you would have talked to people 2 years ago, oh, DC can never do anything right. Never, never, never. Then they have Wonder Woman. Success. Then they have Justice League. Not a success, but I don't dislike it. And then Aquaman, which is pretty much universally liked to some degree, made a whole bunch of money. And now Shazam. There's more, to me at least, I'm more excited for that Captain Marvel than Brie Larson's Captain Marvel.
I think, and I'm not looking like not overly hyped for Shazam, but I want Shazam to be more successful opening weekend than Captain Marvel. So I'm going to be doing anything I can. I know the trailer just came out, the second trailer. I guess I need to check that out, react to it or something like that. And
it's good.
I definitely, it is good. Okay.
It uses Eminem music in it. My name is basically,
nice.
It's like 20 years old at this point.
Yeah, as long as it's not beta Eminem from the last few years, because we don't like beta Eminem, but we like real Eminem back in the day. But Yeah, I mean, I hope Shazam actually has a bigger opening weekend than Captain Marvel. That would be beautiful for multiple reasons. And I wonder what Scott Mendelson will have to say about white men not being able to carry the box office anymore.
Good old Scott.
Oh, Scott. Who's worse, him or Campia?
Campia has a look at Scott Mendelson puts his foot in his mouth, but he'll be honest about stuff. Campia is full of it all the time.
No, Scott Mendelson's a troll. He knows what he's doing. He's messing with you. You know, and that I mean that just goes to show he's got some integrity and brains. But yeah, Campia is just doing it for the money and the tickets and the freebies and the I don't believe a word he says. And I did a video about him last week. Did pretty well. Calling him out for lying about what Zachary, what's his name? Is that from Shazam? Who is it?
Levi.
Yeah, Zachary Levi. So Zachary Levi comes out and basically says, hey, look, guys, he puts this cryptic video on Twitter, and it basically said, guys, listen, and he had this look on his face that was fantastic. He goes, if you're out there, you know, saying, you know, all these like lying about what happens in Captain Marvel and what it's all about just to please me and pitting, you know, Shazam against Captain Marvel, you're not helping anyone. You're not, you know, that don't do that. You know, that's not good. Now, John Campia made a whole video saying, see, incels, Zachary Levi is telling you that if you're calling Captain Marvel a feminist film, you need to knock it off. You need to stop lying about what Brie Larson said about white men. That's Zachary Levi's on our side. He's saying, stop lying about Brie Larson saying crazy stuff about white men. And I had to make a video. That's not what Zachary Levi was talking about at all. Zachary Levi was talking about this incredible string of troll tweets that was aimed at the Hollywood Reporter that was saying, I seen the movie and I took my children to see it. And the movie was okay. I just didn't like the part where Captain Marvel cut the head off of a young child the second after he confessed that he was gay. I didn't like that. And then the next one was like, the movie was pretty good, except I don't know why it was supporting hate crimes and targeted bombings of civilian locations and populations. That I thought was uncool and uncalled for. Basically, a whole troll saying that Captain Marvel was a movie filled with Captain Marvel killing gay kids and disrupting gay pride parades and stuff like that, and that he'd rather go see Shazam instead. And those were the funniest posts I've ever seen in my life. If you guys haven't seen them, they're fantastic.
I was the first person that commented on EVS's video about Campia and Zachary Levi. I just say that's a really big accomplishment, and and EVS even gave me a heart, and it was pretty awesome. So I was definitely one of the first few people because I saw the notification and I think I put like popcorn or something. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun because I saw the title. I knew it was gonna be a good video.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, after that, it's like John Campia is either really stupid or he's lying to his audience, one or the other. You know, that was absolutely outrageous. Hold on, let me read these to you. Can I read these?
Floor is yours.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm right here.
Okay, good. Let me read these reviews. And this is what Zachary Levi was reacting to. Zachary Levi did not like these.
People are congratulating me because I got a heart on your video saying, I told you guys, it was a pretty big accomplishment. Pretty happy.
I'm jealous. I'm just putting that out.
Forget that. Yeah.
All right, sorry to interrupt you. Let's go.
All right, so here are the reviews for Captain Marvel that came out last week that are not true. These aren't true, but they were pretty convincing, okay? And they convinced Zachary Levi. Replying to the Hollywood Reporter, please do not take your kids to see Captain Marvel. There is a scene in which Carol beheads a child after they announce they're gay. We'll be taking my family to Shazam to make up for the awful night. So, that's number one. Second one, I just watched Captain Marvel, and I'm at a loss for words. Intense gore, overwhelming anti-Semitism, glorifying of racial violence, and conservative propaganda. And then the next one, this guy goes on. This guy, you know, he's seen Captain Marvel. He has some complaints, okay? The scene in which Carol attacks members of a gay pride march was unnecessary and repulsive. Please boycott Captain Marvel. 2 exclamation points. And then the final review. I'm the biggest Marvel fan, but I just watched Captain Marvel, and I don't know what to say. Glorifying sex trafficking, strategic bombing of civilian populations, and even justifying war crimes. Gonna have to take the kids to see Shazam instead. Thank you. That's what
Wow.
Zachary Levi was reacting to. He's like, please, those things don't happen in Captain Marvel. If you think you're helping Shazam by suggesting that Captain Marvel glorifies sex trafficking and beheads gay children, you're wrong. That's not that's not what to do. Please don't do that for me. And John Campea took that whole event and he made it about, what
Yep.
Brie Larson said about white guys.
Yep. Oh,
I'll
boy.
go with the latter on your question. Is he stupid or lying?
I think he's stupid.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just so
Let's put it
concerned
up to
with
the
projecting. Yeah, I think he's so concerned with projecting, and so anyway, yeah, chat. What do you guys think?
Maybe you're right, Ethan, because I
Stupid or
remember
lying?
John
Sorry.
Campea put out a video that says, "Oh, Aquaman at $1 billion is La La Land territory. It'll never happen. It's a fairy
Yep.
tale."
Yep.
Well, John, Aquaman has $1 billion. What do you got?
Yeah, Aquaman is now the highest grossing film ever for DC. Even beat the Nolan trilogy movies. And so what does that tell you? Huh?
Women
maybe,
like Jason
yeah,
Momoa.
yeah, it's almost like women objectify men too. What? Oh my god!
Oh, let him ogle Jason Momoa, put him on Girl Scout cookies, all that fun shit.
And we have no problem with that.
No.
None at all.
People, by the way, are saying in the chat that he's both. Yeah, I don't see why that couldn't be an option. That you'd be stupid and a liar at the same time.
It's true.
Yeah.
Chapter Master Dante says Ricada called SJW's the new KKK last night. KKK last night. Well, I couldn't say that. I guess I have an aversion to it.
So what now?
Ricada Law called
okay.
SJW's new clan last night.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious. I mean, they take all of these terms, they've watered them down. They've taken all of these actions from all of these groups over the years. Just like I said, because I gave Black fucking Panther an 8 out of 10. I'm a clan member now, according to these fruitcakes. And then he deleted the tweet 20 minutes after I made my video. They always do this. I have a higher percentage on Twitter for SJWs deleting their tweets than Captain Marvel has right now on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm at about a 93% of every time I retweet an SJW talking shit about me, they delete. But we screenshot, you jackasses. We screenshot it, and then we share it around, and we laugh at you even more. So understand something. If I retweet you, if you go after me and I retweet you, if you delete it, you're just making it that much better for us. So you might as well just leave it alone. But yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. Because look at how they treat people that disagree with them, and they dox them, they threaten them, they're a wolf hiding in sheep's clothing, and this is what they do. They act all virtuous, and you see what they do. So I think that's 100% accurate. What do you think, EVS? I'm curious what you think on that.
I think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez should be president. What?
Oh my god, that woman. Oh.
Why?
I want to make a video. Who's worse, her or Brie Larson? I think I'm going to make that video.
I'll watch it.
I think I'm going to make that video. People want me to talk about her on the channel. I'm like, well, it's politics, but you know what? I can figure out a way to work it in. I can work that in.
Absolutely.
Our friend Stone Cold Jeremy says they, SJWs, can't even stand the fact that YouTube provides us with free speech. The fandom menace will never be silenced.
That's 100% accurate.
It's a Vase Productions, very generous super chat. I started my own channel because of all of you. I don't know if you remember my LOTR video, Lord of the Rings video. I do. The last video I made yesterday is Geeks and Gamers, The Helpful Mexican, and the Fandom Menace versus Disney Star Wars, Ocean's 13 parody. Ivan likes it.
Yeah, and I did get that sent to me. I have not watched it yet, but I appreciate that, and I appreciate the fact that when I mentioned and I already texted him and told him, but when I mentioned Ivan earlier, I saw people going, the helpful Mexican. So I love that you guys refer to him as the helpful Mexican now. You seem to love that new series that we are developing, and the next one, I think you're gonna love it. I'm not gonna be in it. Ivan will, and someone else from Geeks and Gamers will be in it though. So keep your eyes open for that.
Yeah, but folks, check out It's a Vase Productions. I mean, we got a lot of people that are making channels in the Fandom Menace, and we want each and every one of you to be successful.
That's right. Unlike SJWs that eat each other alive, we encourage everyone to improve and take tips from us, take ideas from us, make our ideas better. That's fine. Just like EVS was saying earlier, taking the clips from the High Council, putting them on your channel, that's fine. I know that there's a couple of channels that do that now, and we encourage that.
Cadmium Red says, what will it take for people to realize that Bob Iger is the true enemy at Disney? His business philosophy and ideology is what is destroying our IPs.
I don't totally disagree with that. As a fan of Disney, you guys know, like theme parks and stuff like that. I mean, Bob Iger is a different leader than Eisner was, and clearly Walt Disney. And he is different, and he's had a great ability to get new IPs under the brand, which at the time seemed very exciting. But then when you see what they're doing, because it seemed like they were going to allow these IPs to breathe on their own and become their own entity. And for a while that was going on with Marvel, Pixar, and then when they purchased Lucasfilm, it's almost like when they purchased Lucasfilm, that's when a shift happened, and they wanted to make sure everything became Disney-fied. And that's when I started noticing it a little bit. So while I have defended Iger in the past because of his ability to bring new IPs under the banner, and they did operate as their own entity for a while, it's becoming pretty clear that his bigger picture was to Disney-fy everything and to create somewhat of a monopoly. So I don't disagree with that comment.
And the whole USC Annenberg thing that Brie Larson talked about is headed up by Bob Iger's wife. So
yep,
and
he hasn't been terrible for the theme parks, but he definitely hasn't been Eisner level for the theme parks. And a lot of theme park fans have a huge problem with Iger, from that perspective. So, and they just they don't have, like, in the theme parks, they've lost a lot of creativity because they don't want to create new attractions that aren't based on a giant IP. It has to be like Iger got the other, 2 months ago, he deleted his Twitter for like 2 or 3 weeks because he was talking about, he made a comment about the Expedition Everest. It's over in Animal Kingdom, the roller coaster, fantastic attraction. And he made a dismissive remark about it, basically saying like nobody wants to go to a random attraction in, East Asia or whatever he said. And he was basically saying nobody wants attractions that aren't based on big IPs anymore. And that's not true at all. Like, not true. Disney theme park fans in general don't want just IPs that are attractions based on IPs. But Eisner is trying to IP everything in the theme parks, and it's stupid. And it's kind of that same mentality of how they're trying to Disney-fy every fucking thing in the movie department. With every IP they get, they're trying to do the same thing in the theme parks, and it's pissing off a lot of people.
Well, it'll become stale and people just won't do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
There is a breaking point. A lot of people say, oh, they'll just buy up everything forever. No, there will be a breaking point, and then eventually, if they become too big, they'll have to be broken up, and then it'll become a whole big mess for Disney. So right now, I think Disney is its own greatest competition because you have Star Wars and Marvel, and they're vying for that same market, and they push away Star Wars fans in the search for new fans. And then the new fans want Marvel, and then the old fans are disenfranchised and don't want any of it. So they're in a weird position right now. I don't think any other entertainment company's been like this.
Yeah. And what's cool is last time I was at Disney World, about 5 or 6 Disney employees recognized me and asked me to do my Geeks and Gamers intro. So we have the Fandom Menace within the walls of Disney. So
how many times did you say video?
Oh man, the first guy that asked me that, he's like, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. He says, man, it's cool to see you here. I was like, hey man, it's really cool to get noticed. I'm kind of new to that. He goes, I gotta ask you, man, can you do the intro? I'm like, holy crap, I'm like a 1990s Attitude Era wrestler. I have a line now. Oh, if anybody remembers Val Venus in the chat, they're gonna laugh at that because Val Venus was awesome. So
that's what's going to happen at Star Wars Celebration. They'll recognize you. They'll figure out Ethan, and they'll just be like, who's this guy? I'm like, well, there's nobody else on the High Council. Okay.
There's no way.
My favorite part is I'm in my logo. How can you not figure it out? And they go, oh.
What is this, EVS? Are you doing some advertising?
Oh no,
Look
no!
at that video?
Yeah. I just thought this was funny. This is a video I never released, and I found the. This was too mean, and I couldn't release it. You ever
Hey.
do that? You ever make a whole video and go, "I don't think I'm going to do that."
I've
Like,
got about 4 or 5 of them in the past couple of months, just
oh my
because
god, dude.
you know I did. There was one that I'm glad I never released because I probably wouldn't be on YouTube if I would have actually made it public now.
That
I'm like,
happened.
I was like, that was probably a bad idea, Jeremy. You probably shouldn't have said that. But yeah, definitely been there and done that. So. But hey, EVS, now for we have we have 3,000 people watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate that. EVS, everybody that follows us and watches are not on Twitter, yet you have a glorious new profile picture that I think you need to show off. I think you need to show off your profile picture.
My new profile picture.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I think everybody needs to see that. This is a work of art right here, everybody.
Just like everything Ethan does.
Yeah,
Well,
work of art.
Remember, this is a fellow named 3D Robin, and 3D Robin does all of my he does all my channel artwork because I don't want to do my own channel artwork. It'd be too weird. Like it's too on the nose to do my own work, So here we go. This is my new avatar.
Yes.
It is, ma'am.
Now, here's the thing. I told Robin. I said, Robin, can you put me in the Captain Marvel outfit? Can you put not me? It's my my Laughing Man avatar. It's not meant to look like me. But can you put that in the Captain Marvel avatar? Costume? He said, yeah. And he comes back with this. I'm like, Robin, you gave him boobs. He goes, yeah, well, right? And I go, no. And he goes, well, he's like, Ethan, to be honest with you, I just traced it. I wouldn't have, and I go, all right. And I paid him and everything. And I just went, fucking, I'm putting it up. I was going to just sit on this and I went, no, it's too funny. It's got to go up. And it got the biggest reaction from people. So
yeah, I loved it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So good. And we do have Macho Ma'am Tranny Savage in the comments that said, it is ma'am, Jeremy. So I apologize. So Jermam, we have Jermam
Macho
now.
Ma'am Tranny Savage is the funniest.
It's so
Dude
good.
is the funniest. Yeah.
So make it in 2K19.
I was just sweeping up the kitchen today and I thought about that guy's avatar. I mean, that guy's screen name, and I started laughing. Genius.
I love it.
Jeremy Smith says Marvel messed up by declaring Captain Marvel as the new face of the MCU. They should have let the fans decide and went from there. Hashtag Blue Marvel.
Yeah, it is. It's very true. I mean, you've got a lot of really great characters within the MCU, and to bring Brie Larson in and Captain Marvel and try to elevate her and that character is just, I don't know how they didn't see how this was going to be a monumental mistake, but this is what happens when you're in that Hollywood bubble. So they're going to learn the hard way.
Yep, they will learn the hard way for sure. If not with this one, this is the beginning of the collapse. This is the first domino.
Yep.
Armchair Warlord says kowtow to the High Council. Give them hell, guys.
And thank you. We appreciate that. I'm just trying to think like how I honestly, again, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. We feel like the box office opening weekend is definitely going to be lower than expected. Below 100 million is definitely something that is within play right now. But I'm wondering how this is going to affect Endgame, and I feel like this won't hurt Endgame. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is going to rejuvenate people's excitement for Endgame more than anything, because I really believe Marvel. I believe that they have those alternate endings. I really do. So we'll see. What's EVS got going on now.
I'm just respecting women. So Mindy Robinson calls Captain Marvel's Brie Larson a man-hating lead actress. Nice. After Jack Posobiec launches Alita Challenge. Now, this is what a woman looks like.
That's right.
And over here, this is Brie Larson. So let's click on the link here and let's just do a quick read and let's respect some women. Okay. And I mean that sincerely. Like I'm not, sometimes you might think that I'm not respecting women. I'm respecting women right now. Okay. I am. Mindy Robinson. Mindy Robinson calls Captain Marvel's Brie Larson a man-hating lead actress after One American News anchor Jack Posobiec launched the Alita Challenge. Posobiec called for Star Wars, Marvel, and other fans to go see Alita Battle Angel on March 8th instead of Captain Marvel. Posobiec launched the Alita Challenge via a Twitter video. There he is launching the video, but that's, I don't want to look at him. No offense, Jack. In the video, Posobiec begins by saying, "Hi, Marvel, Poso here." Okay, and then he specifically points to Brie Larson's comments regarding white men. Brie Larson and her little comments about this movie isn't for white males. Sorry, just not into it. He then concludes by announcing the Alita Challenge. That's why we're launching, and it's already been launched on social media, the hashtag Alita Challenge. This Friday, March 8th, go see Alita. Go see a real movie with a great female lead that talks about real issues, not this pandering SJW crap. Posobiec's message would be shared by actress Mindy Robinson, who described Brie Larson as a man-hating lead actress. And here she is here. Let's go look at her tweet. Oh, look at that. Jeremy, I'm respecting women right now.
I'm respecting him big time right now.
Yeah, I have to admit. All right. So let's go back here and see, because I don't know where that tweet is. Instead of seeing Captain Marvel and its man-hating lead actress this weekend, see Alita Battle Angel instead. It stars a strong female without all the SJW bullshit. Oh, there's still women out there. I love it. Larson isn't the only outspoken actor starring in Captain Marvel. Samuel L. Jackson recently targeted President Donald Trump, stating he has a big plantation. Avengers Endgame actor Don Cheadle was also put on blast by Breitbart News Entertainment editor Jerome Hudson for Cheadle's support of Sleeping Giants. Will you be participating in the Alita Challenge? What do you make of Robinson's comments towards Brie Larson? I'd like to ask the chat. What do you guys make of Mindy Robinson's comments towards Brie Larson?
They probably love it.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna love it, and it's good. I mean, we definitely need, we need more people speaking out, and regardless if they're women, men, whatever, just people speaking out against this nonsense. I mean, there's got to be a breaking point, and I feel like we are closing in on that breaking point. It doesn't mean they're going to go away. They're never going to go away. SJWs are always going to be there. The goal is to make it to where they have no impact on entertainment. You know what I mean? They're always going to be there. They're always going to live in their own misery and their lifelong victim cards that they carry around. That will never change. Those people will always exist. But the goal is to make sure that for some reason, the small minority of people, for some reason, these companies continue to pander to them. And I don't understand it.
I don't either. It's a weird time. It's this weird fringe politics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mark C says, Uncle E, I put Captain Marvel comic series info in your DMs. Why try and make a franchise based on a failed concept?
Yeah, I agree.
It was weird when they started the push for Captain Marvel, I guess, 2012? It just she felt too forced. Was it that heroic age Avengers relaunch? I just never bought into the character.
Oh no, I'm sharing my Google search. I didn't mean to. Rose Tico in her panties. Not finding.
We need to talk.
What? What's wrong?
Off air. Crossbreed Azure says, wow, look at these big YouTubers like Mr. Shitter and EBS doing a podcast together. Oh, and Jeremy is here too.
Thank you. I'm trying to get on these guys' level, trying to get 1 million views,
on one video.
Trying to get on one video. Trying to get a personal assistant, trying to get some sunglasses like Jeff. Trying to get people that'll just draw stuff for me like EVS, even though he's better at drawing than all of them. He's just like, hey, peasant. I'm a famous comic artist. You draw for me now. I'm just sitting here, making videos from my little pool house. So
the rise of Rose. Tell me about it, Kelly.
So what's your Rose Tico count up to? Are you past 100 yet?
I have a lot. I have a lot of Rose Ticos. I do have a lot. A lot of Rose Ticos.
I
I don't
think
know how many.
50.
Well, I went to Kohl's yesterday, and Rose Tico there. The Ticos there were kind of high priced originally. They were $11.99 a few months ago. When I went back there, they were 90% off. Tico right now at Kohl's, $1.19.
Still too much for some people.
Still too much.
90% off, guys. That's it. Listen, I keep saying when it comes to Tico, buy low and sell high. All right. And, just in case you're interested in buying rock bottom low Tico, I don't think I've seen it lower than $1.19. I haven't.
Now, you're flying to Chicago, right?
Yes.
Oh, I was about to say, I'll bring you all the Rose Ticos, but I don't think they'll be able to fit on your luggage or in your luggage. So
I'll bring an extra suitcase. I mean, I'll bring an empty suitcase.
I think I should, I don't know what I want to do with these damn Rose Ticos. I had a plan that fell apart. I don't want to just pass them out at Celebration, but if she's going to be there, I'd take them all and give them to her as a gift.
I'm sure she'd really appreciate them. $1.19, 90% off, right over your face. Like, that's the embarrassing part. When the sticker that says 90% off is smacked right over your face, that's when it hurts.
I wonder how big her role's going to be in episode 9. They have 2 alternate cuts of the movie, one with Rose Tico, one without.
Hey, our buddy Sensei Mike just dropped a cool 100 on the super chat. So
I wanted to read it. Yeah.
Yeah, so he said, I made Captain Marvel bow to her Sensei. That's his super chat. And good to see Sensei Mike back. I talked to him last week. He gave me a call. We talked, and just want to give him a shout out. He knows what we talked about. I will not be disclosing that on air, but good to have you back, buddy.
And thank you, Sensei Mike.
Yes.
James Moore says, I want Squirrel Girl to defeat Thanos, unironically, just cuz, or Gwenpool. At least people care about those characters. Well, I do at least.
Yeah.
Gwenpool, that'd be interesting. I wonder if they're ever going to introduce that character into film. To me, my biggest complaint with Captain Marvel, outside of like the bad marketing, is you're just adapting something too soon. You got to give it time. You got to have people care about the characters in the culture. People care. You can laugh about Ant-Man, but Ant-Man was on the first Avengers team in 1963. So I mean, that's the character had over 50 years to become someone's favorite. Captain Marvel was never anyone's favorite.
Well, go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say was that the reason why it's happening the way it's happening is because they've tried to make Captain Marvel popular, and they can't do it. They cannot sell the comic book. People do not like Captain Marvel. So they said, you know what? It's probably because comic book fans are racist, sexist bigots. And so they thought, well, we'll just go over their heads and we'll just we'll do a Captain Marvel movie. We'll spend $170 million on it and give it to the entire public. Nice try.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you look at what they did with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they developed it, and they were patient, and they let the characters, evolve and build, develop. And the moment you start bringing an identity politics character into it, they lose all ability to tell a story and try to understand the concept of the bigger aspects of the universe. It's just like, boom, let's just shove this character in. Let's let this character get prominence over every single other character that we've developed for the past 10 years. And let's elevate her to the forefront of this incredible universe. And people are rejecting it. So,
well, yeah.
Is that a first order Rose Tico custom for $40?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right here. Honestly, I'm like, is it custom or it's extra articulated? I don't. Yeah, I think
it says it's extra articulate, so it means it speaks.
Yeah, no, I actually I found some autograph. Like, it's not what we want, but autograph Rose Tico pops. Now, I'd rather have an autograph figure, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm sure if you just mailed her a whole crate of them, like, could you at least sign one? She might.
She might do it.
Show your undying love.
I mean, I already have her autograph,
Did she sign your gold Leia bikini costume outfit drawing?
No. I wish she had. No, I got her and I got Ryan Johnson to sign a Last Jedi poster. It's hanging on the wall behind me. Got it framed, Looks nice. And we've already gone over this. Ryan Johnson's autograph I mean, it's either Ryan Johnson's autograph or like the Elephant Man's autograph. Like he signed his name like exactly like you'd think. Exactly like you'd think.
With a smiley face on a flower.
Just one crooked R that looks like he like sneezed halfway through it. I can't describe it. You have to see it. It's really disappointing, you know. I would want him to do a smiley face, like a perfectly circular head with a smile like that, but he's not going to do that, you know. Not for me anyway.
Commander Cody 17 says Brie Larson is playing from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Very true. Nickel Dime says, don't hate on Brie. She's suffering from toxoplasmosis after making all these cat movies. How about a She-Hulk or Storm movie to compete with Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Give me an X-Men movie with Storm in it. I'm all about that because Storm's my favorite female X-Men character. But
I'd like to see Rogue, like a Rogue movie, but not with whatever her name was that played Rogue.
Anna Paquin, no.
Yeah, Anna Paquin, no, not at
We
all.
need, with the exception of Wolverine, I think we need all new X-Men, especially the ones from the current Fox regime. They kind of suck. What the hell is that?
This is Rose Tico in her panties. A sneak peek of the new movie. She's got kind of Carrie Fisher's old hairdo, I guess.
That looks like Mickey Mouse.
That was isn't that from Orange is the New Black? I think that's Orange is the New Black.
Why did it come up when I said Rose Tico?
I don't know. That's Orange is the New Black.
That show used to be all right, and then it got
I stopped watching it. I stopped watching after a few seasons. The first few seasons were fantastic, and then I just couldn't keep going.
I just don't like Piper. I was like, you're supposed to be out of jail by now, and the other characters around you are more interesting. I don't really need to hear about her. Once what's her name, Poussey died, I was like, I'm done. And then I never watched it again. She was the only likable character.
Yeah.
David Stevens says the rap saying Captain Marvel aims to overpower Hunger Games and Wonder Woman in box office debut. Give me a break.
I just there's so much like this movie might actually like there has been more publicity about this movie than any movie in recent memory, but for the wrong reasons. And this movie could prove to be that maybe not all publicity is good publicity when it's SJW publicity. I mean, I don't know. But the publicity and the discussion that this movie has generated has been unreal. So it's going to be interesting to see how many. I hope that the general public is starting to get wind of this because they're the people that are going to drive this movie in that first weekend. Because all they're going to see is a Marvel movie. It's tied into the Avengers. It's got Nick Fury. We want to go see it. You know what I mean? They don't really care. They don't think about these things. But hopefully they start hearing some of the stuff that Brie Larson has said and how Marvel has responded and how they have pandered to this crowd of people that point blank are saying that men are not allowed to go see the movie.
Dude, I think really all the people that defend this and they go about the Marvel brand, I just always use the example. Look at the Star Wars brand. Solo flopped. You know, people will skip something. There's always excuses. Oh, it's not part of the saga. It's not this. It's not that. It doesn't matter. It's still a Star Wars movie that underperformed and failed to make its box office back. If people don't know a character, it can flop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really thinking. If they don't know who the character is.
What does EVS got going on now?
Hold on, let me click on.
They said last time we lost 50 viewers when EVS showed his screen. So
I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm on a website that shows every shot of Rose Tico ever in any Star Wars movie. Now, this right here, I don't know what this is supposed to represent, but it looks like something Ryan Johnson created for himself, and then said, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put that in Star Wars. Yeah.
Didn't he say something to the effect that, like, when he met Kelly Marie Tran, she reminded him of someone that wouldn't be in Star Wars, so that's why he put her in Star Wars or something to that effect?
I don't know if he said that or not, but
I'm pretty sure he said that.
Look at her. Look at my little Tico angel. Look at her. She looks good.
She looks lost.
Yeah. I love her laughing. We're about to make the worst Star Wars movie of all time. The next one's going to be worse. Oh, good times.
Nickel Dime says, buy them a sandwich, then make me one. Makini 90, thank you. Captain Marvel should have been hinted at or introduced at around Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or Civil War. This movie would have been in a much better spot than it is now if we knew who she was earlier. That's a valid point you make, Makini 90, because a lot of people, watched Infinity War, and then they saw the beeper, and some people don't know that logo. I mean, the Captain Marvel star is not the Bat logo or the Superman crest or anything like that. It's, not that popular of a logo. So we'll see how that happens, or how it happens. Avatar says, I'll have a large meatball and cheese with a side of toxic masculinity, please. Cineverf653 says, I've lost faith in the MCU. I'm fully focused on the Monsterverse now. Hail Godzilla. That's going to be an awesome movie.
Godzilla looks amazing.
Oh,
that
yeah,
movie looks so good. I'm so excited about that.
I'm going to go back and watch some of the older ones just for the hell of it. To get
that new one
for
looks
that one.
really good. I've only watched, I don't think I watched the second trailer, but I did watch the first trailer, and because I don't like watching a lot of trailers, but man, it just looks really good, and the cast looks great. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you think they'll ever get ballsy enough to make another movie with Mechagodzilla?
No.
I wish they would.
I
thought that was such a cool concept as a kid.
Maybe they'll bring Puff Daddy back for the next Godzilla.
Hey, I'm all for that. He's better than Led Zeppelin, said no one ever.
Yeah.
Mighty Nick 100 says Brie Larson is worse than Kathleen Kennedy. You're right, for now. Well, she doesn't hold any of the power. Kathleen Kennedy does.
Yeah, I mean, in isolation, I don't know, man. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy Brie Larson is going to be, I think, if this movie, like again, when Solo failed, Kathleen Kennedy is still there. When Last Jedi failed, Kathleen Kennedy is still there. If Captain Marvel fails, they're going to react. They're going to react, and they're going to push her back in terms of the focus of where she's going to be in the movies. But Kathleen Kennedy's still worse.
Maybe they could pull a Poochie from The Simpsons. Poochie died on the way back to his home planet. Captain Marvel died in between this movie, and then you never hear from her again. I'd love that so much.
That'd be great.
Let's see. Hello Jumper says, I can see this being such a disaster that Disney would invest in buying millions of dollars in their own tickets just to show us how great woke movies can be. What do you think?
Say that one more time.
I can see this being such a disaster that Disney would invest in buying millions of dollars in their own tickets just to show us how great woke movies can be.
I mean, I wouldn't put that past them, but at the same time, I just, they would have done something like that with Solo too. You know what I mean? So.
No, I don't think so. Go back and watch some of my earlier, post Last Jedi pre-Solo videos. I talk about when the Rotten Tomatoes fiasco was going. I said, watch Solo get honest review scores, and because they don't care, that one was expendable. Kind of like this one's expendable to a degree. It's all about that Avengers Endgame money.
Yeah, I mean, I do think you're right in that aspect of it. I just don't see them dumping millions in just to make it look better. But I wouldn't put that against them either.
Yeah, well, we don't understand how they work at the top.
They have their built-in excuse, and their excuse is going to be in-game. That is what is going to happen. If this movie fails, if this movie underperforms, they already have their excuse, and that is in-game. They're going to blame it on in-game. They're going to say, the enthusiasm was there, but people were just a little more focused on in-game, and we made the mistake of putting in-game so close, even though they knew what they were doing. That will be the excuse. They will not hold Brie Larson accountable. They will not admit that they were wrong. They will continue to move the goalposts because that's what SJWs do. I don't know what EVS is doing.
I'm sorry, what?
Stone Cold Jeremy says, what about the underprivileged girls, brothers, or little boys who have the single parent or boys who have same-sex parents? What about them, Brie?
Patriarchy.
Geralt of Rivia, excuse me, probably already covered, but what do you gents think about Mark Hamill making it clear the sequel trilogy is an abomination yet again? The canonized sequel trilogy and Pablo Hidalgo.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't covered that on my channel because I've been so busy lately, but I wish I would have covered that when it came out yesterday or was that yesterday morning it came out?
Yep.
And I mean, Mark Hamill, look, man, Mark Hamill drives me crazy on Twitter with his politics. We all know he's woke. We all know he's woke with his politics. We all know Mark Hamill's a little crazy with that aspect. But one thing you cannot question is Mark Hamill's love and his passion for Star Wars. You can't do it. And if you are questioning that, you need to shut your fucking mouth. Because Mark Hamill has, and you could see the struggle. I mean, we were talking, we're dealing with, Mark Hamill is not Harrison Ford in terms of being an A-list, A-plus list movie star. Harrison Ford is an A-lister. He is a mega star outside of Star Wars. Mark Hamill is a star within the geek community, but he's not an A-list movie star on the bigger scale of things. So Harrison can tell him whatever the hell he wants, and he does. Mark has to walk a fine line a little bit. We understand that. So we've seen the struggle with Mark where he's tried to play ball with Disney, but he's also been on the other side, and he has called them out so bad. And I just think he's done now at this point. I just think he's tired of holding back. I think it's kind of that whole attitude I had, with Geeks and Gamers, where I was just tired of riding the fence, and I was, I'm tired of holding back on these people. I feel like Mark is getting to that point where he's really upset about everything. He's, reminiscing about, Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford and how they had an opportunity to bring the original trilogy or the original three together from the original trilogy to have a moment in The Force Awakens, and they chose not to do it. And, the disaster that is The Last Jedi, and now all of the craziness they're talking about doing in Episode 9, I think Mark's just done. So that's my thoughts.
Pretty sure you're right.
I think I'm going to make a video about that relatively soon. I've been playing around with ideas in my head, so maybe that'll be a next week kind of thing.
Yeah.
After EVS is still shopping. EVS still shopping.
Well,
you keep forgetting to just type in potato sack and you'll find the costume.
I can't find it in my size. Look, a woman's 3XL is that, you think that fit me? I mean,
that's the risk I'm willing to take, man. You should get one.
Oh.
How much is it?
I want EVS to wear this to Star Wars Celebration.
Well,
that's what I want.
This one's $31, but they don't have any of them available. So I've got this one. I ordered 20 of these, but it's a medium, okay. And then this one right here, I was able to get. Hold on a second, 20 double XLs of those. So I don't know if this is gonna fit. I'm not sure, but if it does, I'll never run out of them.
Just take two and stitch them together.
Yeah, that's a thought. I think I'd look good in this. I like it. It's got what you don't appreciate about it, Jeff, is the hood. See what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a neutral color. It'll look good with lots of things. I respect that.
Well, I'm doing it. John Campea got away with it. Why couldn't I? Why can't I wear women's clothing like John Campea? I want to go to movies and prance about in women's clothing.
Are you a lumberjack too? Snarkticon DM says the best part of SJ. Oh, sorry. Joseph Diaz says kids need a hero. Sandwich. I kind of like that joke. I'm sorry. Snarkticon DM says the best part about SJWs is that we don't have to do anything. These idiots are self-destroying. We just sit back with a pizza and beer and relax.
It's true. It's very true.
Alpha Terranima says, I'm spending the 8th playing DMC5 instead. That's Devil May Cry, right, Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Not DeLorean Motor Company?
No, that is Devil May Cry. Dante's Inferno is better. That's what I was saying.
Dante was my go-to for Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Dante's Inferno was a cool game, though. But it's not better than Devil May Cry, which I only played the first 2 Devil May Cry games. So I know there's a lot of hype for the 5th one, though.
Well, you are Geeks and Gamers, so...
Yep. Geeks and Nintendo, pretty much. So,
but yeah, you can't go with that. James Rolfe learned that the hard way. We had a $5 message retracted. Thank you either way. It's a Vase Production says the Emperor was the corporation personified. That's why he couldn't be redeemed, but Vader could. It's hilarious, but sad how Star Wars predicted itself.
Sad but true.
Yeah, I do love that scene in Return of the Jedi, though, when he just eats it. Kleindropper says, I'll bet money Campia was wearing women's panties under that outfit. Arturus77 also says, when did Campia come out? Jesus. The Honest Review says, let's not forget that there's one guy seeing the movie just to watch the little girls in theaters. Will Brie help those girls? My guess is nope.
Somebody
That
drew
was
me
a
a
creepy
cartoon of that, by the way.
That was a creepy tweet, man.
That was a creepy tweet.
That was very creepy.
Hold on. All right, keep talking, but I'm going to keep that in your mind because I'm going to show you the cartoon this guy drew. And
I don't want to keep that in my mind.
dude, the cartoon is so funny. Hold on.
Jeremy Shotland says, Jay Cameron gave money to robotics companies for cheaper limbs for kids, also giving a girl a free set for primer of Alita C. Marvel Challenge is disgusting.
Yep.
It is.
Agreed.
Salvador, thank you very much. I got a belly full of white dog crap and now you're gonna lay this crap on me. The MCU is dying and now Disney might be shutting down the comic division of Marvel. This deal is getting worse all the time. You put in a Step Brothers and an Empire Strikes Back reference in one super chat.
That is respect right there. Respect.
I am proud to call you my Facebook friend.
Yeah, that was amazing.
All right, hold on. I got this image I want to show you. So there was a guy who wrote a couple of tweets. I did a video on it. He said he goes to movie theaters to see like Black Panther just to look at black boys enjoying it and feeling good. It makes him feel good. And he's planning on going to see Captain Marvel to turn around. He's going to sit in the front row, turn around. And he's going to look at a little girl and it's going to make him feel good. And somebody drew this picture of the whole scene. I don't know if you can see it. This is the best drawing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm gonna call the cops. Oh.
They're all worried.
Wouldn't you be?
That shit on me is so funny. I'm feeling good. Watching you feel good. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I was not prepared for that to be that fucking funny. Holy shit.
I'm just uncomfortable.
Oh my god.
Let's see, where were we at? Oh my god, I'm crying now. Oh. I have tears in my eyes. With a tear in my eye, this is the greatest night of my life. Michael McDermott, John Campia's expression in that pic is the same look you have when your wife's boyfriend makes you wear the panties.
EVS, have you posted that image to Twitter?
I don't think so. You want me to?
Maybe I should. Yes, I want to retweet that shit. That shit is fucking hilarious, man. Oh my god.
Right now.
We need to put the do you have a screenshot of the original tweet and you can drop that below it so people that don't know
yeah, I wish I could credit the artist, but I told him I'm stealing your image and I don't remember. I'm not sure if I have his name.
Oh my
artist
god.
Unknown. I got to put artist unknown, but
holy crap. I have that image if you want me to just drop it below your tweet, I think. Because I screenshot that freak's tweet because that was weird. It was very weird. Oh my god! I just opened my phone to the fucking Campia picture again. God damn it! Oh shit!
You should start using that to troll people.
Because I retweeted that guy that said that about the kids in the movie theater, and I said James Gunn is back with his burner account. Is what I said.
All right, I just posted it, so it's on my. Those of you who want it, go pick it up, retweet it, spread it around, and maybe the guy who drew it will claim it. We can credit him.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
Michael Hunting says USAF Thunderbirds did fly over at the Captain Marvel premiere. I want my tax dollars back. Yeah, now they're screwing you. Just Darvis says SJWs are now going to blame EVS for all the kids ralphing at Cat Pan Marvel because he is overfeeding those kids before the movie.
Oh, that might be true. Yeah. I didn't think of that.
It's like a chunk in the Goonies where he puked off the balcony and everyone started puking.
Yeah.
Commander Cody 17 says John Campea looks like a tampon in that Captain Marvel hoodie. The High Reclusarch Grimaldus, that's a name I haven't read in a while. Many children killed themselves in a Chinese sweatshop to bring John Campea the gay-ass sweatshirt. Let's see. Obi-Wan 27883 says Uncle EVS, my $48 million pool spot is looking pretty sweet right now. I take Venmo. Can we compare each of the top show critic scores on Black Panther versus what they give Captain Wildman? Might be interesting.
I just commented below on your tweet to the screenshot of that guy's original tweet. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you if you were reading super chat. My bad.
Oh, it's fine, man. TLJ Screwjob says Jeff, buy tickets for Alita, go see Captain Marvel, don't give it money.
Oh, snap.
What?
I'm sorry. This is kind of unrelated, but this is a big deal. IDW Media Holdings investors call for sale of the company in an open letter. IDW is the comic book publisher that does G.I. Joe, Transformers. You know, they have all of these licenses, and they're basically at this point like the fourth biggest company in comics, and they are hemorrhaging money. Last year they lost like $38 million. Wow, this is incredible. Yeah, we were wondering when this was going to happen, when their investors were going to demand that something be done. And yeah, they're actually calling now for a sale of the company. This is enormous. It's the end of the comic book industry. Wow, it's amazing. All right.
Yeah, because they were doing up all those they were doing a Spider-Man and a Star Wars book, right?
Yeah. We thought basically what people were saying, and we were saying it too, was that IDW was sticking around in the hopes of buying the licenses of the Marvel characters once Disney killed Marvel Comics. They licensed out Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers to IDW, but this is IDW Media Holdings investors call for sale of company in an open letter. It's been an interesting year and a half. Garbage year. I can't stand Bleeding Cool. It's been an interesting year and a half for IDW Media Holdings, the parent company of IDW Publishing. Just last week, we learned the chairman and controlling stockholder Howard Jonas would replace a departing Kerry McCluggage, CEO of IDW. McCluggage held the role since last July when he replaced Ted Adams. Back in December, Chris Rial returned after being fired. It's crazy over there. All right, look, there's a lot of switching around. Now, ADW Capital Partners LP, a hedge fund who hold 9% of IDW Media Holdings stock, have called for IDW Media Holdings to sell the company to a strategic partner in order to maximize value of intellectual property. Press release cites the acquisition of Millarworld by Netflix and Valiant by DMG as examples of the kind of deal ADW believes IDW should make. God damn, this is so big, guys. Sell off.
Now, this is the perfect time to talk. What was the rumor, or at least what were the articles about Marvel hypothetically stopping their printing? Like, that was something that was going on earlier in the week or last week, right?
Yeah, a lot of people were speculating that, okay, so what's happening is Joe Quesada and CB Sobolski, people say CB stands for complete bastard. I don't think that's true, but it stands for something. They're going to South by Southwest, a big convention in Texas, and they're giving a speech on why Marvel Comics needs to stay in business, why it's important, because it's a cheap way for, the movies, the MCU, which actually makes tons of money, to generate stories, and that they're like, that's why you need to let us. That's why you need to let us keep making comics. They're running the comic book division into the ground now. Marvel Comics has a lease in New York City, like an office space, and we understand that lease is coming up for renewal this year. And there are rumors that Disney's just going to say, you know what? No, half of you are fired. Some of you are going to move out to LA, open an office in California. And then from there, you are going to supervise IDW actually producing the comics. That's the rumor that's going around. Or Disney just shuts down Marvel Comics altogether and says, what do we need comics for? We don't need comics any more than we need. Like, to Disney, comic books are like, they're not even T-shirts. It's like in terms of merchandise, they're like Donald Duck headbands. They make about as much money. It's like, it's just something that we have. It's one more thing. We could close it down or keep it. So Joe Quesada, CB Sobolski are out there right now talking about it, trying to make the case for the continued existence of Marvel Comics. And that's how bad things are right now. So IDW was sitting around like vultures waiting to pick up these licenses, the chance to license Marvel characters, and their investors aren't waiting around. They're saying no. You guys are losing too much money. So incredible.
So it just
SJW
means
is
we're gonna have
ruining
to.
something else.
We'll just have to start our own image, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Slade Wilson says Quesada called it fake news. Yeah, right. I know he did. What's he doing? These guys are all acting. Somebody like Joe Quesada is acting right now like he's got no responsibility whatsoever for Disney or Marvel Comics. His behavior, the way he talks on social media. This is a guy who was largely, non-existent. He was like invisible. He was so important. He was invisible on Twitter and on social media and at conventions for 6 years. Now he's out there cracking on us, Comicsgate. It's worrisome. It's very worrisome.
It's sad. It's sad that it's come to this point. It
Yeah.
really is.
And he started with Spider-Man back in 2006. So I don't know. Me and Joe Quesada don't have the best relationship. Russell Nash says, all these NPC tears, I'm drowning, and I'm a man, not a fish. Can you talk to fish, though? Bikini90 says, Captain Marvel will make its money back, but I doubt it will place any higher than Iron Man 2 at the end of its run, and it won't do well in China.
Iron Man 2 did pretty well, didn't it? Didn't Iron Man 2 do about $700 million?
Did real well, yeah.
Because Iron Man
no
1,
clue.
the first Iron Man was, that was the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and these characters weren't established at that point in time. Iron Man wasn't an A-list character because he was from the comics, but he wasn't like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. So that first Iron Man movie kind of took everybody by surprise, and it was extremely well received, rightfully so. But I feel like Iron Man 2 did really well. It didn't do $1 billion, but I think it did. I can look it up.
No, it only did 623.9, so almost 7.
Okay, so still good. And that was a good number for that point in time. I don't think Captain Marvel can get 650. I really don't.
I don't think the word of mouth is going to be as strong because, let's be honest, the type of people that are going to champion this for just certain ideals, either one, their social group doesn't have much money, or two, people just don't listen to them in real life.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. Where are we at? McKinney90 says, Dr. Coffinail says, Ethan needs a soy voice special Oscar.
Thank you.
Really good.
Hey, you are fantastic at that. I mean,
Really good.
I might need to hire you and replace my announcer.
It's an honor to be recognized.
Red Phage says, I can't handle Ian's soy voice. I wasn't ready. Bikini90 also says, that rumored alternate cut of Infinity War will seem more possible if the mixed to negative reception continues this weekend.
I can't wait for audience scores. Oof, I'm excited for audience scores. Oh, you know it. You just understand something. I'm saying it right now. When the audience scores are bad, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when. It will be trolls, it will be Trumpers, it will be alt-righters, it will be racist, sexist, and misogynist. That it never fails. So just go ahead and get ready for it.
Everyone's fault except their own.
That's right.
I can't wait for those world-class videos. Oh my god.
Believe me, I'm getting prepared. I'm keeping my schedule open next week.
Mm-hmm.
Scouts of Entertainment, thank you very much. Now, this is an interesting one. I read this a minute ago. All right, in Brisbane, Cineplex biggest cinema for tonight's advanced screenings, out of a potential 1,565 tickets, so far 622 have been sold. Yay, hashtag Captain Marvel Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
God, I want this movie to fail so bad. I want it to fail so bad.
Harold Hughesby, says, shout out for the Alita Challenge.
That's right.
Red Phage also says, here's $5 for messing up Ethan's name. Sad face. Antonio Cardenas says, EVS, did you shake hands with Luke Perry?
Yes, I did actually. Why?
I mean, he passed away. I guess that's why.
He did?
Yeah, that's
you
not a
didn't hear
joke.
about
He
this?
died yesterday.
Yeah.
I just met him like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
He's dead.
Yeah, he had a stroke, and then 4 days later, I think it was 3 or 4 days later, he died.
God,
It's awful.
Me.
No, 52 years old.
Why does this happen to me every single time I meet anybody? Every time I meet the guys, it's really depressing. Every time I meet anyone, they die.
Well, well, I met you, but
Do you have any words of comfort for me? I mean,
I met you. I met you.
We're just waiting.
Yeah.
Look at
I mean,
this
I'm not a
picture.
celebrity, but I met you.
Oh, look at my forehead in this picture. I'm gonna show you this picture anyway. This makes me. I'm not gonna show this picture. Yes, I am. I'm gonna show this picture because I need to show this picture. This is awful. This is not just a coincidence at this point. Something is deeply wrong. This is me and Kaniki from Greece. 2 days later, he died.
What con is that?
I don't know. What con is this? I have no idea.
Oh, okay. You just work so many.
Yeah, so 2010, something like that. What the hell, dude? Look at my forehead.
It's a very distinguished forehead.
Thank you. Why does this happen to me?
So where did you meet Luke Perry at?
I don't want to say.
Okay. Well, yeah, he did though. He passed away officially yesterday. I mean, he had a stroke like 3 or 4 days ago.
Rest in peace, Luke Perry.
So, and it was the day he had the stroke was the day he had turned. I guess, and I'm assuming this is true. I guess they're doing a Beverly Hills 90210 reboot with the old cast, and he turned it down. And the day they announced it publicly, he had the stroke, and then everybody, I mean, it was all over social media, and then he passed away yesterday. So, yep,
it's horrible. You know, I met Alan Thicke, and he died like 3 days later too.
I'm glad I've already met you, but if I hadn't met you up to this point, I would just cancel Star Wars Celebration.
I was say, folks, don't come to Star Wars Celebration and shake Ethan's hand.
Jeremy, I don't want you to die. I don't want.
That's crazy.
Let's see. TLJ Screwjob says, so Jer's fap to Ahsoka, which begs the question, what fictional character of Jeff and EVS fap to? Jer was honest, guys, so you have to be too.
Rebels Ahsoka. Let's just clarify, okay? Rebels Ahsoka. We got to put the clarification in there, guys.
Yeah.
I've already admitted mine, so you guys, there you go. So. You guys gonna dodge that? Move on. So,
to the Super Smash Bros. Candidate says, please rewind. Said he would like to return. Oh, what's his name? Pat, right? Pat
what do we?
Please rewind.
Please rewind. Pat, yeah,
he's a cool dude. I watch his channel still. TLJ Screwjob also says lied about Jude being Marvel and Endgame tie-in.
Say what now?
It just says lied about Jude being Marvel and Endgame tie-in. So I guess Captain Marvel's marketing. It doesn't matter if you see this movie before Endgame.
Yeah.
Remember, folks, I'm going to see it for Thursday night's podcast, World Class Bullshitters, episode 164. So we will give you spoiler-free in the beginning, and then those who have no intention of ever seeing it, we will tell you all the juicy details.
I will do a Captain Marvel review without seeing the movie. Just stay tuned.
I should just call you to join my. You want to join my stream that night?
Probably will. I'll be out of town. I'll be out of town though, so I don't know. Going out of town with family, but I'm still going to be doing YouTube stuff.
Well, I'll send you both the link, and if you're bored and want to just review the movie without seeing it, you're always welcome here on the channel. Okay. Math isn't my best subject. Says, by the way, I'm convinced Captain Mabel Twitter is parody. Yeah, I think so too.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll see, and that's one thing. SJWs have no problem. They have no problem with things. Oh my god. Damn,
well, we're scouting. This from Lucasfilm scouting for episode 9. Actually, scouting location. They're leaking some photos.
Beautiful landscape.
Yeah,
Mother Nature's finest.
God damn it! I forgot my point. Also, I'll let EVS. I'm like, what else you got, EVS? What other locations have you found?
What do you mean?
Is there any more locations that you found? Yeah.
You know, TLJ, what the fuck? What are you looking up? Oh, come on.
A picture of a chicken. It's a chicken.
It's a chicken. James Moore says, shit, dude, check if the movie's showing. A ton of theaters across multiple countries are only showing Captain Marvel for the entire weekend. You guys have heard about that confusion, right?
What?
That Captain Marvel was only being shown in
Yeah. I think people debunked that hoax. I'm pretty sure, right?
Well, the one that was going.
Come on.
God damn it! I can't even focus on what I was supposed to answer. The only thing that I debunked was the Fandango, them not allowing Alita tickets, things like that. That was the only thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the Australia ones.
Well, Captain Marvel, at least here, my local AMC is a 20 theater, whatever, and only 4 are showing Captain Marvel for the whole weekend. So I'm like, I don't think they're going to close down the other 16 to, you know, just make Captain Marvel look better. Plus, think of all the people that'd be pissed off. You can't like guilt these people or go, oh man, there's only, you know, whatever. We'll go see Captain Marvel instead.
Yeah.
James the David Stevens, goddamn it, Ethan. EVS should make a shirt that says garbage tier.
Yeah, I just don't know who'd wear that. You know, that's the only thing.
Etepukuians, the place to be review, says, have you talked about the Reddit thread covering the rumored second cut of Endgame with Cap and Black Widow finishing Thanos based on Cap Wood's reception? Yeah, we covered that earlier. Etepukuians, place to be reviews. By the way, folks, check out the channel. Yeah, I would be. It would be weird if Captain America and Black Widow defeated Thanos just together, like a dude with super soldier serum and a chick with no superpowers. It's like, it's got to be Iron Man. That's my guess for the final blow. Who's going to be the one that takes him down as he goes down in a blaze of glory?
Yeah, I think so.
Captain Marvel dropped to 83% now. It's down again.
It's down another percentage?
Yep.
We should have just called this shit Captain Marvel Watch 97 and just continued to watch the... I had the Metacritic pulled up, but yeah, it's not as entertaining as Ethan.
Well, I mean... what
the hell?
Shopping for swimming pools.
And movie stars?
Well, just, you know, I want to get a nice swimming pool.
The cool cascading waters. Let's see. Michael Lunding says, look, I'm not anti-military. I love military, but using military to promote SJW agenda does not compute. I guess in regards to the Captain Marvel flyover.
Yeah.
Or I heard that, what is it? Lashana Lynch's character, Maria Rambeau, is great, but barely in the movie. So it's like everyone's trying to praise it, but just they can't praise Captain Marvel, you know. Basil, who's added Basil to his name, says, now you Kuntz better produce my name right, Bish.
Hey, I've always pronounced your name right.
Yeah, me too.
It's not that hard.
Well, we did. Gawker Death Rattle says, I'm going to pop some tags. Here's $2 from my pocket.
Nice. Thank you.
That song's old school. I know it's only like 6 years ago, but still, it's taking me back. Jack to Ripper says, I'm loving that we were right. Loving it.
Common sense always prevails.
Yes, reason will prevail. Basil also says, also hail Doomcock, a.k.a. Calamity Chicken.
We love Doomcock.
Yeah, folks, give Doomcock a subscribe. Joseph.
Which is, it's Overlord DVD is his channel name. So yeah. Overlord DVD. I always forget that when I give him a shout out.
Yeah, I've done that before too in the past. It's like, yeah, come on over, man, hang out with us. It's Doomcock. I can't find this Doomcock fellow. Joseph Citadino says Carl Manvers, aka Captain Marvel, won't even stand out for 90s nostalgia, considering we're getting a Sonic and Pokemon movie the same year. Did you guys hear about the have you seen that Sonic image from the movie? It's really uncomfortable.
People don't like it. Yeah, people
Yep.
are upset about it. It looks okay to me. What's the problem?
I mean, I played Sonic back in the day on Genesis. The image, I mean, I kind of saw it in passing when it came out. I was like, oh, cool. You know, I mean, yeah, that's interesting. And then I started seeing the reaction, and I was like, my God. And then I kind of looked at it more. I'm like, yeah, it's really not that good. It didn't bother me that bad, but my gosh, man, the reaction to it. I mean, Sonic has an extremely interesting fan base, very, very interesting fan base on the internet.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they hate it. They hate it. It's not great, but I guess it just doesn't upset me as much as it does a lot of people. But I'm a fan of Sonic the game, but and I loved all of them really, but these people are mad. So
What are they mad about? Is it like they were mad about Garfield too? Remember the kind of realistic Garfield?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Bill Murray was mad about that movie too.
yeah,
Good in that.
Yeah, but I thought this was going to be a 90s nostalgia movie as soon as I found out it was set in the 90s. And they're always trying to, just pull at your heartstrings. And I don't think Captain Marvel can do it.
No.
Mega Jetty 1 says, saw Alita today. Watch my review. Hashtag I stand with Alita. And that came from Mega Jetty 1.
it's a really good movie. And I hope more people stand with Alita.
Black Angus Review says, help me complete my Captain Marvel challenge and send drunk 3PO a straight white male to see Captain Marvel unwillingly. LOL. Link in my newest video.
Shout out to Black Angus Reviews.
Yeah, he's a good dude. It's a Vase Production says, I like they are all friends outside the show. I guess us? Or
Yeah.
who?
Yeah. We all like.
That is an ugly dog.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my new dog.
Oh, so cute. John Tennett, thank you very much. That critic is an imbecile. Box office is calculated differently in China. Market sees movies on Saturday and Sunday, not Thursday, Friday. Also, days off for SOE, so people go on random days. Need to look at monthly versus week by week.
Yeah.
Christian Jadot says, at Michael Hunter, my unit provided the F-15s for the film. Marvel paid for everything. For all intents and purposes, it's also very pro-USAF.
Mm-hmm.
Deport Chop Express, thank you very much. Gents, I started listening to you around the time I lost my father. Thank you for being an entertaining distraction during that time. Carry on, my wayward geeks.
Thank you. We're glad to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We cheered you up during a tough time.
Snarkdacon DM says, Captain Marvel, the Rose Tico of comics. Great Loner, thank you very much. The post-credit sequence from Captain Marvel is already on YouTube.
Really?
I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that listens to the show, don't worry, but I'm really curious to see it.
Yep, I'm looking for it right now.
Honestly, I might watch it now and then leave the movie early so I can start my review quicker. Forge says, 1 year ago, EVS foretold the High Council would hit 100,000 subs.
Yeah.
You're right, man.
We're here. Yeah, this is a real lapdog.
Yeah, I mean,
someone in the chat. Let me tell you something. We have the best people in our audience. These are the smartest, wittiest, most debonair, charming people probably in any audience. And they're good. They're good at coming up with zingers. I appreciate it.
McKinney90 has a question. So, Jeff, do you think we're going to have another Rose Tico situation on our hands considering the unsold Captain Marvel toys? Probably not to the level of Rose Tico, because remember, Captain Marvel is the main character of that film. Rose Tico, while marketed as this great, groundbreaking Star Wars character, what is she like? Fifth or sixth most important in The Last Jedi? So I don't think we'll have a bunch of unsold Captain Marvel the same way we do as Rose Tico, but I think those dolls will stick around. Those like Bratz style dolls, because those are just kind of weird looking anyway. But a lot of guys collect Marvel Universe toys, or excuse me, Marvel Legends, and they need to collect everything. I'm not one of those people that feels the need to collect everything. Personally, I won't be touching any of the Captain Marvel figures, not even because of like political reasons or anything. I just don't think they look good, so I have no interest in them. But I don't think we'll ever see another Rose Tico situation for any toy. But I'd like to be wrong because it's always good for a video.
Yeah.
All right, I just watched the scene, so
Just without telling me anything, did you like it?
I can't say anything on the air. So
Okay.
I'm gonna download it just in case it gets ripped. So and I'll put it on my Google Drive and send it to you guys if it gets taken down.
All right. Swinging Cut says $20 says Jeff gets blotto on desk wine at Star Wars Celebration. Wakes up in bed with Geek Girl Diva. Don't worry, Jeff. We've all rustled some buffalo. No shame,
dude.
I don't drink.
They already took it down. Fuck.
I don't drink desk wine in public, bro. All right, desk wine is a special thing for this office and this office only. But
they took it. They're listening to this show. They took it down right now.
Who did what?
It's been claimed by Disney.
What about the frogs? Are they okay?
God darn it!
What are you talking about? What I missed that. What got claimed?
The Captain Marvel post-credit scene. It was on YouTube. They literally, I watched it. I just watched it, and then I said I watched it, and now it's gone. What's up, Disney? Hey, Bob. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Kevin. Your movies suck of late. We don't like SJW politics. Pablo Hidalgo does love my car videos, so hello, Pablo. I will be doing a car video from the 300ZX in the very near future, just for you, Pablo. Yeah, and the Force is not female.
Classy.
Well done.
Michael Easterwood, thank you very much for your big super chat. A few thoughts. Beginning of episode 9, Luke Skywalker wakes up out of carbonite and says he's had a horrible dream, i.e. The Last Jedi. 2, I own a self-storage in a suburb of Atlanta. A tenant works at Marvel. He told me of reshoots over a month ago. I mean, that doesn't really seem too far-fetched because we used to have a guy that listened to our show that was the stunt coordinator or a stunt coordinator on all the Netflix shows that were shot in New York. So, and my buddy Nick does live in Atlanta, and a lot of filming does take place down there. So, yeah, I mean, the reshoots rumor has been around for quite some time. Not even a rumor. Reshoots, we know that reshoots have been going on with these movies. Captain Marvel, right after the first trailer came out, which was, September? There were reshoots not too far after that. So, Michael, I wouldn't be surprised. Whatever they need to do to save face and keep money. But what do you think about Luke Skywalker waking up from a dream? That's like what I think most fans want.
That's what everybody wants, but it's not going to happen.
No, I say they just go full bore with... I say episode 9 starts like episode 3, big battle sequence to kind of keep you distracted.
Yep. I've kind of given up. I've given up on scenarios for what they're gonna do at this point. I just man.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that movie right now, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I'm not either. I didn't even do a video on that topic the other day. What I should have though.
You're slipping.
I mean, which dog do you like better? Which dog?
All dogs are great. All dogs are great. EVS.
Go for the Beagle.
You like the Beagle? Yeah, I like something about the Beagle. I like. Yeah.
Chicken Bone says James Woods, long live the new flesh, and then 3 flex emojis.
Good having those flex emojis in there. A lot of toxic masculinity.
Pilgrim Driver has a question. How will the libtards handle all the emotional pain from this movie till President Trump wins again in 2020?
Telling you.
Oh, they're gonna be so mad.
Here we go.
Politics is my new WWE, by the way. Like it's just it's pretty much that. It's that entertaining now. I love it so much. So I can't wait for the next election.
Because the modern WWE ain't that good.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Alcoholic Jeremy, my new favorite person in the world, says, "Hey, you got middle fing 890 na a SSSO LKJ Roll Tide."
That's what I'm talking about.
Chris DeJoe, thank you very much. Can you explain the difference between Black Panther and Captain Marvel challenges? Celebs supported both. Was the Captain Marvel one bad due to media and feminist agenda? Were both challenges bad?
I don't remember much about the Black Panther one. Was it to get black kids or something to the theater? Is that what it was?
I think let's just say that's what it was. I don't really. I just remember the build up to Black Panther.
My Yeah, my problem, and again, I don't remember much about that. Like, my problem with Black Panther was never the marketing of Black Panther from the cast or from Disney per se. Now, I'm sure Disney did have a hand in pushing a lot of talking points to the media that they wanted out there. But my problem with the Black Panther marketing was the media. That was my big problem with it. My problem with Captain Marvel is the cast and is the marketing, direct marketing from the film, from Brie Larson, from Marvel Studios. That's been my big problem with it. So when I went into Black Panther and I went to see it, I went into it aggravated at the media, not really aggravated at the film or the filmmakers or the stars of the film. So I can't really hold them accountable for what the outside forces are doing. So that's what really aggravated me with Marvel, Captain Marvel, more so. So if there were movements going on outside of the film that people were trying to get, kids or black kids or whatever to come see it, I mean, that's fine. But it's the way that it's being done with Captain Marvel. It's the arrogance of Brie Larson, and it's the virtue signaling of Brie Larson and all of the people that she's bringing into the fold that is ruining the experience for me. So then she's taking that and she's trying to elevate herself to this virtue level. Like, I'm so great. Look at me. Meanwhile, I'm going to tell you how horrible white men are. I mean, it's the whole package. It's not isolated to the Captain Marvel challenge as much as that's part of it. And once you see how this woman is acting and how she's treating other people, but then she wants to act like she's so great because she is bringing kids to see her movie. They're paying for tickets for these kids, and we're saying, we're going to bring you to see our movie because we're great and men are bad. That is the whole package for me. I hope that makes sense.
It does. Let's see, the Super Smash. I will just say this though: the Alita challenge, given that girl robotic arms, is way better.
100%.
Super Smash Brothers candidate says High Council on Exozone. When?
Whenever. I mean, we can make it happen at some point. I'm sure they would love to have us over there.
I would like if the three of us did show up on another show as the High Council. That'd be really an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I would dig that. I'd be all over that.
Yep.
Hello, Collider. We'd like to appear on your show. Sire J. Longstroke says, you're all a bunch of racist, misogynist, bigoted hillbillies, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, go see Captain Marvel.
There it is.
My favorite part of that was hillbilly. I'm just putting it out there. It's a base production, says. MCU took place during cell phones going from bricks to computers. It can't happen again in theaters. Streaming will take over long-form storytelling.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point because, Ethan, I always talk about watching the Sopranos. I think TV shows with like 13 one-hour episodes is going to be the way of the future to some degree. And part of me is okay with it, and part of me doesn't like that because, I'm with Spielberg on the whole going to see a movie in theaters is fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $20, but if I go like to see the Avengers in IMAX, and the sound like blows your eardrums, metaphorically speaking, it's going to be a fun experience. You can't get that at home. I mean, you may have a 60-inch 4K TV and, what is that, Sonos soundbar, but it's not a movie theater. So
my problem with movie theaters is I always get in a confrontation with these idiots on their phones. Always. It never fails. And at some point, I'm going to get arrested because I'm sick and tired of people on their goddamn phones in the movies. And it happens all the time. And no matter where I'm at, there's always somebody that pisses me off. So
yeah, but you know what, guys? Honestly, wouldn't you rather, like, if it were possible, to just rent a movie, like right now, Captain Marvel? We're not going to see that, but if we were, to just kind of get it from cable right now, wouldn't you do that? Wouldn't you rather?
I would 100%.
Don't want to leave.
I used to love going to the theaters, but I can't stand it now. So
yeah.
I find myself too distracted at home. Like, even again, to use the Sopranos reference, I'm working on the comic as I'm doing it. I'm not watching every minute. Maybe, I look at my phone because there's nobody around me. I mean, when I go to the theater, I feel obligated not to pull my phone out, keep it on silent, and just pay attention to the movie.
mm-hmm.
Ant-Man and the Wasp was the only Marvel movie I didn't see with a big audience. I saw it I think the following week with 4 other people. And that was also an eye-opening experience for me too, because normally when I see those movies, it's opening night, usually Thursday, and everyone's invested and it's a big fun experience. That one was just me, and I don't find myself ever wanting to watch it again. So I don't know. There's just that something special about the theater that I like.
I guess so, but I mean, honestly, I really think the future is about convenience and about product being delivered straight to people rather than people actually leaving the house. I just think that's the future.
Hope not, but it probably is. I mean,
It is.
you were right a year ago about the high council at 100,000. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
let's see. Joe Maroney says Captain Marvel is to MCU as Poochie was to Itchy and Scratchy. Yes, Simpsons reference. Let's see. Albert Stoddard, thank you very much. I think the main reason Hollywood Bubbles was so desperate for Captain Marvel to succeed is because if both Star Wars and the MCU can make SJW propaganda work, then it's clear that nothing, or can't make it work, then nothing can.
Yeah, I mean that's the point I made several times. If Star Wars would have succeeded with this garbage, it would have been the death of all entertainment. But since Star Wars couldn't survive it, now hopefully the MCU won't survive it. If these would have been two great examples for these lunatics to go, oh look, we can do anything now because it will survive anything. So it didn't. It killed Star Wars. It killed Star Wars completely, but for the most part, it did for most of us. And it's really putting a huge dent in the MCU right now.
Yeah,
it's disappointing. Let's see. Geek Core says Campia's wife is a top Hasbro exec. Total shill.
Yep.
G Milano 7 says talk about Mark Hamill comments about Ruin Johnson.
Did he say anything specifically about Ruin?
Lately, he's been out there talking again because I think he's finished. I think he's wrapped up all of his scenes, and he no longer needs to be quiet. Like, it's over for him. So now he's out there full bore, like blasting the hell out of Disney Star Wars. And,
well, do you want me to read you a quote from Mark Hamill? Just one?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the end of the quote. But to me, it's interesting. It's telling of how bad of a director Rian Johnson is, at least in terms of choices for Star Wars. So this is Mark Hamill speaking. They had me walking by 3PO, not even acknowledging him. I said, I can't do that. He, the Last Jedi director's Rian Johnson, said, okay, go and do whatever. So I went over and I did whatever. Says it in the script, forget the past, kill it if you have to. And they were doing a pretty good job. So, yep. I mean, if you can't even respect the relationship between two characters, where do you come off telling fans they don't get the character?
Yeah, he wanted the scene with C-3PO. Like, he didn't get to talk to. Think about all the failure of those movies. He didn't get to talk to C-3PO.
No, he talked to R2 for a minute and said something about like a dirty move or whatever, but that was about it.
Yeah, sucked, dude.
Warrior Bartok says, I spoke with the Game Mafia. We don't want John Campia. Emerald Tiberius says, hail, the highest of councils, driving home from some OT at work, listening to the smooth sounds of Ethan the Hutt, king of the party boobs, Jeff, and master of the Yoo-Hoo, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Nice.
DJ Kong says, it wasn't just Momoa. They also weren't afraid to make Amber Heard hot in Aquaman. Sex sells. Yeah, Amber Heard looked great in that movie.
Yeah, boy.
Darth Vicious says, when Jeremy got hacked, he made a video and said, if you have an idea, make a video, even if you have to do it on your phone. So I did. Thanks, Jeremy.
You are welcome. And I mean that. I talk to so many people who are like, oh, when I get my equipment, stop. The moment you say that, stop talking because you have it all wrong. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you start it. I don't care if you've got a flip Razor phone. You record on that shit, okay? And if you got something good to say, people will listen. All right? Work your way up. Use whatever equipment you have accessible to you. Don't sit there because all that is another excuse. And that's what SJWs do. They use excuses. You take the tools that you have available and you make something happen. And you continue to work harder and get better and strive to be better. And eventually the people will find you if you're saying the right thing. So if you ever start out with excuses, then stop. Just stop talking because you've already started on the wrong foot. You start out with solutions, not excuses. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like the very inspirational story, The Puppy Who Lost Its Way.
You get your ass out there and you find that fucking dog.
Exactly. Thank you for finishing what I started. Mark C says nobody seems to cover the in style video with Brie, where she complains that someone that rings her doorbell was the page. Hold on, sorry. Someone that rings her doorbell was the patriarchy ringing on her parade. I didn't even hear about that. Did you?
Yeah, I covered that briefly in another video. I covered it. I would like to maybe cover that more in detail.
The Super Smash Brothers candidate says, "Can you please have Ivan get Retrous and Armando GTZ on the show? Has Doug Ernst ever been on the High Council?"
I don't know those people.
He has not.
Doug. Doug's never been on the High Council, but he'd be good.
Yeah, I'll talk to Ivan.
Mark Schaefer says, "Geeks and Gamers, what did I say about my sleep? Keep up the work, guys."
Yeah, sleep is for the weak. I'll sleep when I die.
Geek Chorus again, thank you very much. How long before SJWs demand Disney remove Frontierland and Main Street from the parks because they glorify racist periods in America's past?
That will come very soon, and I'm surprised that they haven't went after Splash Mountain, my favorite attraction at Walt Disney World, because it's tied to Song of the South. But they will. I mean, they will come after it. You can bet your ass they will come after it. It's the mental gymnastics that they continue to do. Oh, wait, that's racist. Oh, that's racist. Okay, that's racist. I mean, it's everything's racist.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they'll come after it. Definitely.
Let's see.
Just a chicken finger, guys. Just a chicken finger. My last picture. Everybody's upset. No, it was a chicken finger. It was just, unfortunately shaped.
Fortuitous Gaming says, "I don't know if you guys heard about it, but a couple of days ago, the 144th Fighter Wing Jets flew over the Anaheim area to promote Captain Marvel."
Really?
So it sounds like, well, we had the listener earlier who said that they paid for it themselves.
So who paid for it?
Apparently Disney paid for that themselves, not the tax dollars or the citizens.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Cookie Thief Jeremy, keeper of cookies, says the cookie thief has returned.
Well, we're happy you're back. Where have you been? It's been a long time.
It always warms my heart to know when somebody comes back. We didn't burn the bridge.
Yeah.
Last I remember, I feel like one of the Annas killed Cookie Thief Jeremy. I can't remember. I can't keep up with these.
You got to keep your people, in line, man.
I know. Terrible.
David Stevens says, "Just sent my meme to you on Twitter, Jeremy."
Okay, let's see here.
That was at 10:30.
I mean, my inbox is so backed up. This is don't ever open your inbox to public.
It's a Vase Production says, "EVS Captain Marvel. Can a thing be too hilarious?"
Yes, it can be too hilarious. That's my answer. I have no answer. Yes, arbitrarily, it can be too hilarious.
Electric Barbarella 27, cool name. Campia just posted 350 opening for Captain Marvel on his Instagram. LOL.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, really?
Like he thinks like worldwide is what he's trying to do to inflate it. He made 350 opening weekend. Motherfucker, you never gauge movies on their worldwide opening weekend.
And he always has been the person that says you don't talk about because you never gauge it for the exact reason you're about to say it, because different movies, some movies don't open altogether worldwide. So to compare it to some movies they open up in the States first and then 2 weeks later they'll open up overseas or vice versa. So you can never compare an opening weekend of a movie that opens everywhere, almost everywhere, to any others. That's why you always go with domestic for comparisons.
Yeah, but they're not going to play fair, Jeremy, and we know this.
Yep.
Jeremy Smith says, Mia Khalifa for Miss Marvel. Yeah. The movie will make $1 billion.
Oh, yeah.
Dante Reeves says, give it up for Ethan Manvers.
Thank you.
Demogeni says, Stephanie B mentioned y'all dropped the meetup spot. I missed that. Please enlighten me. Also, Alita is this close to the magic number. # Team Alita. We haven't really...
We talked a little bit about it last week, though. Remember we talked about...
the arcade thing?
Yeah.
I got to get back with the one guy. I think we may have had a a bar location. I gotta get on my email. Kendo's supposed to be doing all that. Kendo, I know you're listening, but he never tells me. So thanks, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. Let's see. It's a vase. Hostile Boogie Inbound says, "You guys rule. Hail Odin." Thank you very much. It's a Vase Production says, "Maybe I'm just an insane former stand-up comedian following his dream of working in film, but shouldn't we let the movie speak for itself? LOL. Yo, shut up. LOL."
Cookie Thief Jeremy just tweeted me. Said, "What? Anna never killed me. I may have ate too many cookies and was in a cookie coma. My apologies."
Put that cookie down now.
Put that cookie down now.
I love that.
I love Jingle All the Way.
I do too. It's not my favorite Christmas movie. That still goes to Die Hard, but it's top 15.
Jingle All the Way is a classic example of a really bad movie that is really awesome to watch. It is not good. Like, the acting's not good. The dialogue is so terrible, and I love every single second of it. It is amazing. Yes.
Whatever happened to him? Last time I saw him was on an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then I was a Sinbad fan, dude. House Guest was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Yeah, no, Sinbad was great, and he was really great in that movie. He got two. Get the mailman. Rodney King. Rodney King.
Turbo Man doll goes for these days?
How much?
Hundreds of dollars.
Really?
They made a limited run back when that movie came out, and was it 96? And yeah, dude, the Turbo Man doll is quite rare.
I'm looking it up on eBay right now. I'm gonna try to get one.
Black Angus Review says, an SJW literally shaking at my French review coverage said Brie is Jewish. I said, oh, Elizabeth Warren is Cherokee too. 1/124,000th. Let's see. Ryan Miller Art says, Jeremy, please say min and woman.
Men, huh? Man and woman?
Yeah, min and woman. It says MIN and then woman with an I instead of an A.
Oh, I don't understand. Is there a joke to that?
I think you proved this point when you said man the first time.
I'm looking at Turbo Mans right now, but they are expensive. Holy shit, dude!
I told you, dude.
Damn it, man. I'm getting a Turbo Man. I don't care. I'm getting one.
Turbo Man or Turbo?
Turbo Man. Oh God, these are so cool, man. I feel like Jamie right now. I really want a Turbo Man. I really want one.
Scott Skio too.
$250.
I know, dude. $250.
Here's one that's $500. No, that's Dementor. Dementor is $500.
How much is Booster?
Nobody wants a booster. Let's see. I felt like that the other day. I actually called my cousin. I was talking to him because I was looking for parts for my 1993 300ZX, and these cars are extremely rare. And I called a pick and pull here locally. I was like, hey, I said, hey man, I'm looking, for parts. See if you have a 1990 through 96 300ZX Z32. And he treated me like the guy treated Arnold when he first started acting about Turbo Man. He goes, what kind of idiot are you? Can't find a 300ZX around here. I'm like, God damn it. I'm actually Arnold in Jingle All the Way right now. I'll look for Booster. Let's see.
Scott Skio2 says, I might not be able to tune in live for the next 2 months, so I'm showing my support now. Hail to the High Council and sub to WCBS and PewDiePie. Well, Scott Skio2, thank you very much for telling people to subscribe to World Class Bullshitters. I appreciate it. And is PewDiePie still the #1 YouTuber in the world?
Barely.
He
is still the king.
Well, Sensei Mike sent in $100. So I'm going to read it again. I made Captain Marvel bow to her sensei. Smiley face. Thank you again, Sensei Mike.
I'm not seeing Booster show up in any of the results. This is very disappointing.
I honestly don't think they made Booster. I just kind of said it because that's from the movie.
Well, I'm very disappointed. There's no Booster available. I'm going to start a GoFundMe.
Dante Reeve says, Jeff, please say min and womin. All right, min and womin. Jason Green says, how about you autograph and hand out all your extra Ticos? Give the fans something to cherish.
Is that what we should do?
I think we should, man. We should. Why don't we? I'm driving. Why don't we just take our Ticos, all three of us sign each one from the High Council, and give them away. At least mine. I don't mind doing it.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it.
I'm driving. Ivan and I will be cruising all the way to Chicago in the Z, so that's going to be fun. We may live stream that whole damn trip.
Somebody's driving me because I don't want to drive. So our channel dad Brian Lape will drive us, but it'll be me and Nick from the show, and then we'll meet everybody else in Chicago. But I won't be live streaming because I'll probably be sleeping because, as you know, I'll be back from WrestleMania a single day before I got to get ready to pack for Chicago. So I'm going to be pretty burnt out in the beginning. Jason Green sent that message again. This is, how about you autograph and hand out all your extra Ticos? Give the fans something to cherish. We will, man. We will. And by the way, thanks for all the stuff you've sent. I really appreciate that from the P.O. Box. It's a Vase Production asks, didn't OG Ant-Man beat his wife? Yeah, he hit Janet in the Avengers, right, Ethan?
Yes, absolutely.
Nicholas Glenn says, I got called an SJW today on the Collider and Campia Captain Marvel video comment section for skipping Captain Marvel and going to see Alita. These people are nuts.
Yes, they are.
You want to get nuts? That's a good movie.
Yes.
Dante Reeves says, Uncle Ethan must have had way too many pies.
I had 0 pies.
Blackjack 21, excuse me, sorry. Just got back from the theater seeing Alita Battle Angel. Thanks for encouraging me to watch it, guys. I read some of the manga years ago, and the movie seems pretty faithful to it.
Well, it's really entertaining. I haven't heard from anybody who just flat out didn't like it. It's just a really good movie, and it seems like everybody that didn't want to go see it once they got it recommended, they walk away loving it. So I'm interested to hear what you guys both have to say about it.
Yeah, you kind of sold me on your passion. You're like, go see Alita instead. I'm like, I don't want to because I saw the trailer and I don't really like, movies about robots that want to be human. And then I'm just like, well, shit. Jeremy keeps telling me I have to.
It's good. It's good. Trust me.
I
didn't want to go see it either. But the people, followers of the channel and everything, they just kept on and on. I'm like, all right. And then Odin and Josiah were really on me about it. And I was like, all right, guys, I'll do it. I'm tired of you guys just like giving me hell over this. I'm like, damn, I'm glad I went and saw that. So.
It's a Vase Production says General Public GP Gross Domestic Product GDP. Turd Perkler says, I hope they introduce Rogue in the MCU by her taking Captain Marvel's powers and kicking her to the curb. What are y'all's thoughts on the X-Men coming into the MCU?
That would be so cool if Rogue kicked Captain Marvel's ass.
Have you heard the whole thing? The X-Men need to be more diverse. It's like, have you ever read the X-Men? No, you have not.
So stupid. So stupid. Everything. Nothing satisfies these people. Nothing. But as far as the X-Men coming into, I don't know, man, it's a very interesting time. If we're talking, but I don't remember what year The Last Stand came out. I didn't like The Last Stand. I thought it was terrible, but I'm talking more about I'm talking more about the timing of where the cast was. And if we're talking about that particular time, bringing that cast into the MCU as it stands now, that would have been freaking cool, man, because everybody was kind of in their prime, Now it's such a weird time for the X-Men because of where everybody's at with the time that they've been within that universe. So I don't know what to think about the X-Men coming into the MCU. I really don't. And it's a strange time for the MCU also with a lot of these characters that may not return. So I think this is the worst time they could have made this happen.
Ethan, I don't think we've talked. What did you think of the Dark Phoenix trailer?
I didn't even watch it yet.
Okay.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I'll watch it tonight.
See,
I haven't watched it either. I don't watch trailers.
Good trailer, dude. I thought X-Men Apocalypse sucked. So it's a follow-up to that. I don't like this new X-Cast. But Jeremy, you make a good point about this being a weird transitional period for the MCU. Everyone's focused on Endgame being, possibly the biggest movie ever, and cool if it is, if it's good. But, what comes next is just as important, because I don't think Spider-Man Far From Home is going to be able to, carry the MCU into the next phase. I think the Spider-Man movies are pretty weak. Well, the one that's out there is pretty weak.
Well, you bring up an interesting topic real quick I want to talk about. Like I said, I don't watch trailers, so I'd never seen Spider-Man Far From Home until I went to see Alita, and I saw the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. I did not like that trailer at all. I did not. I don't know what the response was overall. It kind of seemed like people might have been excited for it, but I didn't look too deep into it. I did not like that trailer at all. So am I alone in that, or did
I'm
other
with
people? Okay, I just really didn't like that trailer. It did nothing for me, and I didn't like. I liked Homecoming the first time I watched it. Well, I think I've seen it twice now. Yeah, but as soon as I walked away from it, I did my review because we used to do our reviews right there in the movie theater. We used to be able to set up, our camera equipment and everything. And so literally doing the review immediately following the movie. But as I walked away from it, after the review and everything, I'm just like, God, the movie I don't hate it, but it just wasn't good either. You know what I mean? So yeah, going into this next one, I just really did not like that trailer. I still think Tom Holland is really awesome as Peter Parker and as Spider-Man, but Toby is still my Spider-Man.
Yeah, I echo everything you said. My only problem is the world that Tom Holland inhabits. He's great. Everything around him sucks. So.
Yes, I agree. Except for Michael Keaton.
Oh,
Keaton's
well.
great. Yeah, but I know what you're saying. He's basically in SJW land is where he's at.
Even if you take that out of it, I just don't find those characters well acted or well represented. They could all be accurate to their screen.
They're all cast. Yeah, they're all cast to be SJW though. That's the thing. Like it's really bad. And Toby did not suck, chat. Toby does not. Toby is my Spider-Man, your Spider-Man.
He's not that great. I mean, Tom Holland's a million times better. I mean,
no, Toby is great. Tom Holland has the potential to be the best. He does. He does. But Toby is love.
He ruined it with Spider-Man 3. I mean, to be honest with you,
Toby
Spider-Man
is
3.
love. Toby is life.
Not really.
Anyway, back to this show. Dante Reeves says, looks like Uncle Ethan is having a Tico fetish.
Oh, yeah.
You just not noticing that?
Mm-hmm.
Mexi Man and Cheese says, I hope Captain Marvel bombs so she gets cut. Hashtag release the Feige cut. The unkindest cut. Captain Marvel out of the MCU. Darth Vicious says, I heard a rumor of Anna, Jesse, and Mecha Random making a higher, faster, further council. Shout out to Anna in the chat.
Right, Anna.
Well, we support them.
Of course.
Admiral Tiberius says, by the way, happy Mardi Gras, everyone.
Is it Mardi Gras?
It is. It's Fat Tuesday.
I'll eat some jelly beans, son.
I love Mardi Gras. That's my goal next year, to go to New Orleans for it. I've been to New Orleans multiple times, but I want to go back.
I'll go with you. We'll throw some beads.
Hell yeah, we will. I won't be sober. Installation 7, thank you very much. Look at Rotten Tomato reviews by the Washington Post. And for Captain Marvel, she gave it a 2 out of 4, but it reads as a fresh rating. Since when is 50% a passing grade? There's a double standard with a lot of these things. You guys got to pay attention. Like, if we can teach you guys anything, it's read all the stuff, because headlines trick people and dupe people. But if you look deeper, a lot of times their arguments fall apart or the headlines are misleading.
Yep. Mexi
Man and Cheese says, time for Lady Godzilla. Why? Because it's 2019. Gengai says, Kelly Marie Tran looks like Mad TV's Bobby Lee in a wig. Brie Larson's ass is a reflection of her personality. Lat. Lee Cole the Fourth says, hey guys, I started a channel and Jeremy gave me a shout out. Thanks, but I did a video where all wrong. Wait, let me read this. Hey guys, I started a channel and Jeremy, give me a shout out. Thanks, but I did a video where all wrong. This isn't about Captain Marvel. It's introducing Goose the cat, Oscar winner.
You saying I did give him a shout out, or asking to give?
Give me a shout out. Oh, okay. This says thanks, but
okay, gotcha.
Thank you very much, Lee Cole IV. Crossbreed is yours says, I wonder if any of you guys know about Toho doing another Godzilla series after Godzilla vs. King Kong. Mechagodzilla has 6 movies and is a big part of the 5. As part of the big 5 with Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah. I do know about those big 5. Thankfully, if you guys check out our P.O. Box video, one of our listeners sent me a good chunk of the Godzilla monsters. So those are on my shelf next to Hulk Hogan right now.
Nice.
Dante Reeves says, since when Uncle Ethan thinned out?
Well, since January.
CS says, Ethan, you contracted a Cyberfrog costume yet?
No, I wish I had one.
Sensei Mike says $100 for 2,000 likes. We have 2,000 likes.
We have 1,600.
Whew, that's awesome.
We can easily hit 2,000. We can easily hit 2,000. Smash that melee. 400 more is all we need.
Will K says that was the best drawing. I guess in regards to Ethan's icon.
Oh man. Either that or the drawing of the dude looking behind watching the kids in the theater.
That just makes me uncomfortable. Like I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Thanks. Brick All Day says, woot woot, Ethan Van, Triple XL Skyver, Pie King. It's a Vase Production says, I'm uncomfortable, like the kid who was getting looked at, as opposed to the feature film. Goodness.
Yeah, man, that drawing is spot on, man. I'm looking at it again now.
Rivantari says, man, this reminds me. I've always wanted to draw progressive blue check marks as nightmarish versions of themselves. Dante Reeves says, Uncle Ethan's drawing was gold. Thank you very much. Potato Radio says, colleges are selling or giving away free cheap tickets with a URL to boost numbers. Huh.
Really?
I didn't know that was a thing. Carroll University.
That's not surprising at all, actually.
Chapter Master Dante says, RIP comics industry. Long live Comicsgate. Namblia, thank you very much for the $1. No message. Dark Admiral March Hair says, Brian Shear did a video covering the IDW thing. Well, I'm going to have to watch that because I need to know more about... I know this sounds really dumb, but every time I hear about comic books, the comic book industry dying, I just think of my local shop and all the guys I like that work there who will be out of a job if that happens. So that's what I think about. Admiral Tiberius says, when I see the current state of Star Wars, look how they massacred my boy. I finally saw The Godfather recently. It was great. Nambly also says, Captain Woke takes a financial loss and Endgame makes less money than Infinity War. Is Kevin Feige's job still safe?
Yes.
I've heard that he was not going to come. He wasn't going to renew, but I hope that's not the case. Because, yeah, Captain Marvel's debacle aside, the MCU's been great. It's been a lot of fun. Even the lesser movies are awesome.
I wouldn't go that far, but I like them.
I would say, like, if you compare even Spider-Man Homecoming, which is a movie I don't like that much, if you compare that to every other movie, it's not the worst. It's still better than a lot of movies. It's not the best MCU movie or the best Spider-Man movie, but it's not like Birdemic poorly made.
No, I agree with you on that. I mean, my least favorite MCU movie, I think, is Thor 2, I think, and it's still not, like, the worst thing ever. It's not, it's not that bad.
The ending is awesome, where he's chasing Mjolnir's trying to find her through the multiple dimensions.
Yeah, overall, and I didn't even like Ragnarok that much. I mean, I liked it. It had really good elements to it, but overall, it didn't work. But yeah, you're right. None of them are just god-awful. So, and Feige's done a fantastic job. So no, he is the most, he's set. He's got to have like 4 or 5 Captain Marvels before he would be in trouble.
And I don't think he wants that. GOP Farmer says, Ethan, what if all of us in Comicsgate raised enough money to put a bid in for IDW and put you in charge? Would you be interested?
No, I don't want anyone else's stuff. I know that's hard to understand, but yeah, somebody said, what would you want to do at Marvel or DC? Nothing. The key thing is to own your own IPs, and that's exactly why IDW is having problems right now. They don't own any IPs. They're licensing things. And there's no real long-term success or money in that, and that's why their stakeholder or shareholders are flipping out.
If you guys want to buy me the rights to Spider-Man, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
Spidey Flash says, Ethan, you should sell all your Ticos and use Cyberfrog profits to buy Marvel characters when Marvel falls. Edward Antonowitz says, talk about the Sonic live-action movie images. We did. It's disturbing as shit to me. There's something uncomfortable about the eyes.
I mean, is there another picture that's been released that I'm missing? Because, I mean, I remember the initial one that was released. Is there another one?
There's a new one from like yesterday
Oh, I didn't see that one. I thought we were talking about the original.
with the legs. No, that's creepy looking. And then people on social media complain. So then the official Sonic social media page was like, "Sorry, we got to go back to the drawing board." It's like, yeah, you do. You fucked up.
Oh, dude, no. Oh, I'm just seeing this, and this is not good.
Share your screen if you wouldn't mind.
This is not good. What the hell, man? That's not Sonic. Is this it? Is this the one?
That's it. That's for today.
What the hell is this? This is not good. This is not good. This is not Sonic.
Gotta go fast.
Oh my god, that's Sonic. Okay, that's Sonic. There's hi Sonic, but no, like this is not good. What the fuck? Look at this. This is so bad. So bad. This is like EVS when he saw those Rostico figures at Toys R Us. That's what that looks like.
The mascot for a disease. That's what it says.
Oh my god! No.
Right now, I will never watch this movie.
That's not that's not what I was talking about earlier. I was talking about the shadowy image that looked really kind of weird too. But that is horrible. Holy shit!
Don't do it, man. And Jim Carrey's in that movie.
Oh my god, that's really bad.
Let's see. Darth Bobcat says, "Ethan, we need you to go meet Kathleen Kennedy."
Why?
Well, we won't say on air.
Yep.
Jeremy Smurf says King Kong Bundy passed away too. I saw that one.
R.I.P. legend.
I always hate when wrestlers go. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, man. And so many go at such a young age too. It sucks. So.
Let's see. Dante Reeves says, Jesus, Ethan, you look legit like a serial killer.
Probably that picture he was sharing earlier.
Mark C says, Jeremy has met EVS. Time to start a Deadpool. Minimum $25 buy-in. Rhino4563 says, Hail, High Council. Just got here. Did you guys talk about Mark Hamill speaking out against the sequel trilogy? Sounds like episode 9 is going to really suck.
Yes, we did.
We did. I can't speak for everybody, but I know I'll be making a video. I think Jeremy might make a video.
Tomorrow I will tomorrow.
I'll give it.
Yeah, my most recent video that I uploaded about 2 hours before the council started is killing it right now. So I'm not gonna make another upload tonight. I'm constantly battling the algorithm.
Well, it's worth it.
Yep.
Let's see. Dante Reeves says, goodbye, Ethan Shiver. Hello, Ethan Van Reaper. That should be your next comic. You just go around meeting famous people and they just die. Raiders of the Lost Flicks, thank you very much. Can I get my money back for telling you about the alleged conspiracy of not being able to see any other movie on March 8th? Just kidding. Love you guys. Guys, check out Raiders of the Lost Flicks on YouTube. They're cool people. Break All Day says, EVS hates pies. Now he wants wood. Okay. Lancer,
all these pictures. It's all these pictures he was showing.
Oh, yeah. He's like a Dudley boy.
Yep.
Lancer737 says, if you want to see a good Miss Marvel story, watch episode 459 and especially Welcome to the Kree Empire and Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I watched the hell out of that show. That was a fantastic cartoon. Have you guys ever seen it? I was thinking about buying the Blu-rays because it's that fun. It's the...
I had to close this freaking Sonic image off my computer, though. Oh, my God. I looked over and it was still there.
Diversity and Cecil says EVS kills like Ted B, but looks like King Kong Bundy.
Oh boy.
Randy Williams, thank you very much. With all the facial CGI getting better and better, I could see them not killing anyone off. That way they can keep the character around a bit longer. I do feel like
that about?
With all the CGI, facial CGI getting better and better, I could see them not killing anyone off. That way, they could keep the character around for a bit longer in terms of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lot up in the air right now, and it's probably all going to work itself out, but I don't like the facial CGI stuff. Like, I didn't like the stuff with Tarkin and Rogue One. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was well done, but in the back of my mind, I'm just going, he's been dead for like a long time. This is kind of weird. You know what I mean? So...
I would like if they were to do that with Harrison Ford, so they could just make Indiana Jones movies forever, but he could be young again.
Have you seen that clip where somebody took Alden Ehrenreich and put Harrison Ford's head on him during scenes in Solo on YouTube?
Yes, and it looks
And
cool.
It looks great. It looks awesome. What the hell's wrong with these people?
I still don't think that movie would have been that great with that included.
No. But it would have been better with Alden or with what's his name?
Harrison Ford.
No. The young kid that did the imitation of him.
Oh, Anthony and Gruber.
It would have been better with Anthony. It wouldn't have been a better. I'm not saying it would have been fundamentally better in terms of everything they were doing, but I definitely would have been more connected to Han if it would have been Anthony and Gruber and not Alden Ehrenreich.
Lancer 737 says Zilla was in a second film, Godzilla Final Wars. Is that the one where it falls into the Sydney Opera House or whatever? I think so. Theorema S says, being in New Jersey, I'll be watching EVS and smiling at him enjoy himself while I enjoy my battle angel during Alita. It will be most charming and eloquent. Raiders of the Lost Flicks. Will the Iron Patriarchy replace Thanos as the new MCU supervillain? I'm going to use that. The Iron Patriarchy. Oh, thank you. Dante Reeves says, get a load of Uncle Ethan's lapdog. The Shadow says, is it too late to recast Captain Marvel as Tommy Wiseau? Please, I'd watch it religiously. Who would you have as your ideal cast or ideal choice for a recast?
Emily Blunt. I've said it 100 times. Emily Blunt, no doubt.
Christina Hendricks.
I think Emily Blunt is just awesome, and I'll cast. I always, when there's any female roles, female badass, I always say Emily Blunt.
MGTOW Michigander says episode 9, Luke Awakens.
I mean, if they titled it that shit would do. It would probably be the best box office they could actually accomplish with episode 9.
The Super Smash Brothers candidate says, so how to refer to Pat? Pat from Please Rewind or Please Rewind's Pat? Pat is short for the patriarchy. He also recently met John Cusack. He met Vince Larkin. Vince Larkin.
Yep.
By the way, I love Con Air. That is a guilty pleasure movie of mine.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Oh my god, I think I have to drink and watch that with Dion soon. Jason Duncan, thank you for your $2. No message, but thank you very much.
Everyone says EVS is asleep.
Dude, I'll tell you this. Well, I can tell it on air. It's for the patrons. We sat down on Friday night and we recorded commentaries for our favorite WrestleMania matches, and Dion fell asleep in the first one. So we're watching Stone Cold versus Bret Hart's I Quit or submission match. All of a sudden, I hear,
how do you fall asleep during that match?
Yeah,
that's an all-timer.
That was number 3 on our list of best matches.
That's one of the greatest matches ever. All right, I need to know this list. So if you don't want to say it, is it done? Have you already uploaded it? Or
well, it's going to go to Patreon this week.
Okay,
but
so you have to tell me off air. You just send me
off air.
No, okay.
Let's see. Where were we at? Mark C says, Mark Hamill just liked my tweet. I will sleep well tonight.
Nice.
I'm a little jealous. Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest says, every Tuesday after the High Council, we do a post show over on Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest. Tonight will be post High Council Captain Marvel funeral pyre. All right, folks. So go check out the channel Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest and to hear a post show analysis of the High Council.
Very cool. That's actually pretty sweet. Appreciate you guys doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out. Hold on. Let me click on this channel real quick. Because now I wanna subscribe.
Yeah, anytime anybody wants to do that, play off of what we do, and I'll say that for like any videos that I do on Geeks and Gamers, I'm sure these guys would say the same thing. Please, man, play off of the topics that I create, and if you want to cover that with your own perspective, shoot me a link on Twitter and I'll retweet it, man. I mean, I'm all about that. So I don't care if you disagree with me either. Like, even if you're like, yeah, I don't need you calling me racist and sexist, and I'm gonna tell you go fuck yourself. But if you just want to say like, hey man, I don't really think Jeremy was right here, blah blah blah, I'll retweet it. That's awesome because discussion is awesome.
Yeah, I don't do Twitter, but I'll give people shout outs and videos. That's not a problem.
Yep.
At Dawn says Captain Marvel meets China box office equals bomb. That'll be interesting because they don't like the politics in the Chinese box office.
Yep.
Solak Gree says 2,658 watching Great Caesar's Ghost. Hashtag hero.
Hero.
The Shadow, again, thank you very much. Also, the credit scene is already everywhere. It's all good, baby. Currently watching it. You can still download it, but do it now. Put that cookie down. Cyan HB says respect. Thank you, Cyan HB. CS says, thanks, Jeremy. Words of confidence for getting on YouTube.
Hey, man, we all need it. I was inspired by people. People have said they inspired me, and then people that have inspired by us, you will inspire people in the future, and that's what it's all about. But
I was inspired by Jeremy. I was inspired by Jeff. I was inspired by all these guys.
Yeah, so, and that's what it's all about. So, and EVS is making that up. He was never inspired by me. He always is mean to me. He sent me really mean pictures of rocks that look like a penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad. He made fun of my curly hair.
I do. Yeah.
Understandable.
The chat. He's alive. He's alive.
I'm arguing with a Democrat on Twitter. guys like it's really sad that you make fun of Captain Marvel. Figures you're a Trump supporter. Why don't you knock it off and maybe you'll get a girlfriend? I'm like, people are crazy.
And they also have one note when it comes to their their digs.
It's like stop. Appreciate this Whammon movie and get a girlfriend. No, that's your strategy. Your strategy is to appreciate Whammon and get a girlfriend. It doesn't work. In fact, quite the opposite is true. Don't appreciate this Whammon movie and the chicks will be lining up.
Let's see. Trooper Bear FN 2525 says, support Alita. Keep going to see it.
I agree. I'm going to see it. I'm not even going to have time this weekend to go see it, but I will be purchasing tickets. Even if you can't go to the theater on March the 8th, purchase tickets online for Alita. Just do it if they'll allow you.
Ooh. Jedi Knight in front of Captain Solo. Go to the Rotten Tomatoes reviews. Second one says sexist trolls.
Of course it does.
That's Rotten Tomatoes. They have lost all credibility within the span of 1 week.
Yep.
The Super Smash Brothers candidate says Kylo Ren's Darth title should be Darth Jabroni.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice. You always like it when there's a rock reference in there.
That's true. Well, you could go Iron Sheik as well.
You're a little chic.
Matt Becker says, pay attention, Ethan. Arthur 77 says, hey, Bree, make me a sandwich.
Oh, man.
Spidey Flash says, Jeff, you should do some history of Spider-Man videos. I have done 2. They're old. They came out around Homecoming, so they only have like 5,000 views each. But I might put something together the closer we get to Far From Home. I know I'm going to do all 3 Spider-Man commentaries as a live stream, so be on the lookout for that in, I guess, late June. Well, not late June, because I'll be out of town. Mid-July, right around, the movie comes out the 5th of July, so right around that time. Let's see. Drum King says John Campea deleted his Twitter account. LOL. Again?
No, they probably just noticed it when we were making fun of him.
Oh, okay. Because I knew he did it a while ago, right? That was kind of a big news story.
Yeah. It was about what, 3 weeks ago? Something like that. I think so.
North American Vikingar says, how great would it be if Captain Marvel's failures give us a quick shoehorn in for Rogue? Give me my 90s Saturday Southern accented girl back.
Man, those 90s cartoons were so amazing.
I'm still looking for my damn Rogue action figure. I can't find one anywhere. Like, there's a one that came out a couple of years ago, and everyone's wanting $80 for that thing. I'm just like, no. I'm not spending $80 on Rogue, but I love the character.
I want this damn Turbo Man doll. Damn it.
Turbo time.
You got me obsessed with this Turbo Man doll, Jeff. Damn you.
Maybe you should have been more aware in 1996 instead of driving around and hanging out in swimming pools and working at grocery stores.
This is true. I had fun working in the grocery store, so.
Oathkeeper 3P says post credits. Oh, never. I will read this post credit spoiler. Captain Marvel shows up to find that Fury paged her just to bring him a sandwich before the real Avengers take on Thanos. Ouch.
Burn.
Lee Cole IV, thank you very much again. So I figured this out. This isn't about feminism. It isn't about feminism hashtag goose for Oscar nod, then President 2020.
Say that again.
So I figured it out. This isn't about feminism, isn't about felinism, hashtag goose for Oscar nod, then President 2020.
Oh, yeah. There's so much about the entertainment industry that changed because of the 2016 election. So
Stone Cold Jeremy says, I just want Peter Parker out of high school. Me too.
Hashtag me too.
Let's see. Solak Grease says, what do you expect from a Cobra Commander fan? Lols. Hashtag hero.
Burn. Cobra Commander's great.
Dan the Man says, I'll shut this Toby sucks BS talk right now. I want everyone to please remind me of the three, Toby, Tom, and Andrew, which Spidey is still alive and didn't have a franchise that crashed and burned.
Well, Toby is not to blame for Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, blame Avi or Rod.
Yeah. But Toby is to give credit to for Spider-Man 2 and 1, especially 2. 2 is still the best Spider-Man movie. Still.
Yes, it is. It's still my favorite superhero movie.
Yes.
That is if somebody put me on an island and I could pick one movie per genre, my superhero genre would be Spider-Man 2. I never get tired of it. Wow. Especially once he gets his power back and swings through the city, fights Doc Ock, goes on the train, gets kidnapped, fights or leaves Harry, goes and fights Doc Ock at the end. If you like Spider-Man, that's your movie.
I love that scene where he God dang it, the part where he's sitting in that little diner with MJ and then Doc Ock comes in, it's just that's so great, man. God, I love that movie.
There are two types of Spider-Man. Well, let me take it back. There are three. There's the Steve Ditko purists, which they're just never going to be happy because it's such a small period of Spider-Man that they won't represent it in everything, but it was just, a couple years. But it's still good. I'm not knocking it. Then you have the people who like classic Spider-Man, like me, and then you have people that like the newer, like Deadpool light shit. And those are the ones that like Into the Spider-Verse, and that's cool, but I'll take classic Spider-Man any day over, Deadpool light.
Toby forever and Andrew Garfield sucks.
Josh Rowe, for a good laugh, look at my profile picture. It's like an angry little boy.
I can't see it. So
Swinging Cod says EVS is right. The problem with SJWs is they can't buy in on ownership since they don't believe in owning things. Without that, buy-in at all fails. All Hands on Deck Media says, hey guys, my sister is about to marry a Star Wars fan who believes The Last Jedi was good. What am I supposed to do about this? How can I support this marriage?
Well, it's not a Star Wars fan. It's an SJW posing as a Star Wars fan.
Your brother-in-law is a Skrull. Don't trust him.
Yeah, so I would say just be prepared because it's more than likely an SJW. So
Gimp Writer, I like that name too. Can we all submit a list of politicians for Ethan to meet? And then finally, the Super Smash Brothers candidate says Kylo Ren should be the Cuck Sheik. The Iron Sheik needs to make Kylo, Hux, and everyone in the New Order humble. That is the perfect way to end the show.
That's great. That was great.
God, I love that. As a great reference. So, folks, thank you for joining. Is this our longest High Council? 3 hours, 24 minutes?
Jesus.
That one you guys did with Nerdrotic and Anna was more longer than this one, but with us, I think this is the longest one.
Dude, when I was on with Nerdrotic, I could have talked for about 12 hours with that dude, but the stream would have cut off after 8. So
he's awesome.
Gary, if you're out there, man, shoot me a PM. We need to do another stream in the future. We can do it.
I already know you're listening, Gary. Gary, I know you're listening. You're always listening. Every time I'm streaming and I mention Gary's name, Nerdrotic pops up in the chat, or he sends me a private message. So Gary's the man. So.
I'm a little jealous of his toy wall, but you know that's a story for another time. So, folks,
Same here.
this is it. The last High Council before Captain Marvel comes out, and next week is going to be quite interesting. So, for the full review, check out. Well, be here on Thursday night. What time? Say 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing a live.
There he is. Nerdrotic's here, as always.
It's like if you say Biggie Smalls in the mirror 3 times or whatever, he appears.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, that's fine. But yeah, folks, I'll be doing the live review with the guys from the podcast. You know, all the people in my logo, and we'll see. You know how we feel. Ethan, Jeremy, what do you guys want to say before we go?
I just want to say thank you for all of the morons that continue to cry about too many Captain Marvel videos on the Geeks and Gamers channel, because you are solely responsible for me creating even more Captain Marvel videos. And the beautiful part is you now are asking for, man, can't you just make Star Wars videos? No, because you're the same people that's crying about too many Star Wars videos. So thank you for all of your stupidity. Thank you for failing at everything you do, even though you think you're trying to help. You're actually, well, you're helping the thing you're trying to hurt, and I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Just like the other day on my personal channel, I made a video where I was walking out of a store, and I was like, you know what, let me pull my phone out. And I was like, hey guys, just to all the soy boys, I just went and spent money on the ad revenue that you guys continue to generate for me, and now I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive it with toxic masculinity.
Hey,
and that stupid video got 12,000 views on my personal channel. What's up?
If you go to Walmart.com, there's a Turbo Man Jingle All the Way costume.
Shit.
It's only $43.
I don't do costumes, but I'll fucking buy it. I don't care. I'll do a live stream in that shit.
Do it. They only got 3 left at a men's extra large.
All right, let's see here. Fuck it. YOLO, right? Ain't that what it is? You only live
right?
once.
You should wear that to Celebration. Ethan and I will get T-shirts of Booster.
Holy fuck, that's tight. If that's the one, is it $34?
No. This one's 43.
Let's see.
While you look, the shadow says, "Wow, this was a long feature film. Still better than The Last Jedi." We do give you a lot of entertainment here on the High Council every single week. We've only missed 1 week, right?
We do our best. I hope everyone appreciated my my efforts on this episode. I did go out of my way to research and locate some interesting images to share, and I hope people had a good time looking at them. It was my pleasure to be a part of this High Council with my friends Jeff and Jeremy, and you, all of you, each and every one of you who are still watching now. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for sending super chats. Thank you for hitting like on this video. Thank you for following Comic Artist Pro Secrets and Geeks and Gamers and World Class Bullshitters. We love you all, and we can't wait to see you next week when those numbers come back for Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be fun, folks. So finally, Solak Grease says, the High Council equals the #hero we deserve. So on that note, good night, and thank you to each and every one of you out there, and we'll see you next week on Geeks and Gamers.
Yep.
All right, next week on Geeks and Gamers. See you, folks.